Ain't no gimmick, thug nigga since I was a jit. Hellcat with the Henny sounding like a Harley. Triple white with the Sprite got me feeling garlic. Watch clothes, hoes, everything is hard as shit. These hoes in the streets say that I'm a heartless bitch. I'm a heartless bitch, bruh. Heartless. I've been there for a long time. A heartless bitch. Very long time. I just wanted to hit y'all with a little something, give y'all a little taste, man. It was only about 5 or 6 bars, something like that, but let y'all know. Something like that, man. The kid used to do that. Deep Sound Entertainment. You from Carver Shores, you know about me, man. Ill Town Records, Deep Sound Entertainment. You know about that. Yeah, we used to get busy with it. For real. But I'm doing this today exclusively for AM Sports Media. It's all about entertainment, folks. It's all about entertainment. I'm just entertaining. I'm just busting rhymes just for the hell of it. Just to entertain. Entertain the folks. Drinking on a little bourbon. You know it's Bourbon Sundays. And I'm getting busy with it. But I've been telling y'all, man, I can do it all. This is just another example of it. Documentary, fight breakdowns, takes. All that. Man, I could even spit a freestyle on it. You feel me? Know what I'm talking about? All that. Jits. It's a Florida term like that, man. Jittybugs. Name your favorite content creator that covers boxing that can do all that. Who can do it, bro? Name one. Name one. Name two. Name three. Anyone. I don't know none. Because there is none. Multi-talented. Bringing y'all something different. It's very different. Better than what you've seen before. Showing a little personality. Yeah. So this is exclusively for AM Sports Media. I ain't getting back in the booth no time soon. I gotta tell y'all, I'm a little rusty for sure. My rhymes don't hit just like they used to. My pattern off a little bit, but I did this in a quick, you know what I'm saying, 10 minutes. I came down and just wrote those quick bars, layered it, dropped it in there, and now it's a show intro. August 18th. Like I said, entertainment value, bro. That's what we do over here on AM Sports Media. Entertainment, we entertain. So y'all need to join the Discord. Y'all need to join the channel. Y'all need to join the show. We got live panels coming up. It's all about AM Sports Media, dog. We the future. We the future of content creation relative to boxing. So let's get the show started. Let's get this show started, bro. Let's get this show started. Try to tell them. Multiple styles, multiple skills. I can do it all. I have done it all, man. Look, ain't no limit to the game I spit. Ain't no gimmick, thug nigga since I was a jit. Hellcat with the Henny sounding like a Harley. Triple white with the Sprite got me feeling garlic. Watch clothes, hoes, everything is hard as shit. These hoes in the streets say that I'm a heartless bitch. I'm a heartless bitch, bruh. Heartless. I've been there for a long time. A heartless bitch. Very long time.
Yeah. What's going on, man? What's happening? It's gonna be just me today. Jason is sick like a little chick. You know what I'm saying? Called me earlier. Man, I don't think I'ma make it, man. I feel like I'm about to pass out. Just like a little weakling. But anyway, you know, man, if nothing else is gonna be present, you know Greg is gonna be in the building each and every time. ASVP TV, you know Jason unreliable than a son bitch. You know he unreliable than a son of a bitch. But I tell you what, I'm gonna always be here. I'm gonna always be here. All right, man. So thank you all for joining the show today. I know there's a lot of NFL going on. I'm thinking about what we need to do in regards to the NFL. My apologies for not doing my Friday evening rant. As a matter of fact, my wife asked me right before I came down to start this show. She said, I just realized you didn't do your Friday evening rant. And I said, well, it was your birthday. So if I'd have went down there and did a Friday evening rant, you would have been all over me. Because all you guys know I'm a house husband. That's according to some that are in the comment section sometime. But anyway, yeah, I'm thinking about what we need to do to kind of offset this NFL thing. I know a lot of people want to, watch NFL on these days and stuff like that. So I just need to make sure, or I need to figure out, Jason and I need to figure out what we need to do in regards to that. One thing I do want to let all you guys know is that I had a real dope interview yesterday with a gentleman by the name of Adrian Clark. I don't know if you all know who Adrian Clark is, but he is the promoter of Errol Spence Jr. and Brian Norman Jr., as well as other fighters in the sport. Dope interview with him I did yesterday. I was literally right before, and that's the reason why the show got kind of started a little bit later. I was literally editing the video and getting it into a format that we can put on YouTube for that interview. So those interviews will drop sometime this week. Very insightful stuff. He broke down the business of boxing, gave me an Errol Spence update. What else? Broke down the details of the negotiation between Brian Norman Jr. and Jaron Ennis, and I mean, just some really, really good stuff. Kind of gave me some commentary in regards to Eddie Hearn. So real good stuff, man. I can't wait to drop that this week. All right, so let me kick it off by saying shout out to the folks that support the channel, Rockdog Interactive. If you need anything relative to website design, logo design, reach out to Rockdog Interactive. And then also Nadaj Vodka, www.nadajvodka.com. The best tasting vodka out there, African-American owned, out of Jacksonville, Florida. So make sure y'all go show love, man, and support. That's what we need to do, support our black businesses. All right. Oh, okay, Brandon House. Salute, Greg. Brian Norman Sr., my peoples just hung with my dog. Okay. All right. Brandon House, what city are you located in, man? Let me know what city you located in. All right, let's kick it off. So what do I have this week? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the link into the comment section for those of you who wants to join. I'll probably open up the phone line a little later. But yeah, there's the link to the show right there. So if anybody want to jump in, give their thoughts, definitely open to that. Got that pinned to the top. All right. So let's jump into it. We got about 4 topics that I want to go through. Boxing a little slow right now. We all understand that, but definitely I want to jump into a couple of things. Let's start off with this Gervonta Davis, and because I saw Jay running his Twitter fingers. That's a crazy take. It's a crazy take, according to Jay. Jay, I don't understand what you mean by that being a crazy take. Let's think about this. So Gervonta Davis supposedly was the guy. I got you, Brandon House. I got you. We need to connect on that, fam. We need to connect on that. Because as a part of the conversation that I had yesterday with Adrian Clark, I said, "Hey man, you need to tell Brian I want to come down there to the gym." And he said, "You should just show up." I'm a little hesitant about showing up to the gym. I have showed up to gyms unannounced before, but I'm a little hesitant. So maybe you can put in the word that I want to come down there and check those guys out. But yeah, I want to jump into this whole situation with Gervonta Davis. They're saying that this is a crazy take, or at least Jay's saying it's a crazy take. I don't think it's a crazy take at all. And I saw people in the comment section that didn't think it was a crazy take either. Gervonta Davis supposedly was the guy that was avoiding everyone, right? Supposedly. He didn't want smoke with Loma. He didn't want smoke with Shakur. He didn't want smoke with Devin Haney prior to his fight actually occurring with Ryan Garcia. He didn't want smoke with Ryan Garcia. According to you guys, he didn't want smoke with anybody, right? He was this coddled fighter that was just protected. But yet now Gervonta Davis has gotten a 6 to 7 fight deal. He attempted to make a fight with Lomachenko. It's going to be the biggest payday Lomachenko has had in his life. And Lomachenko passed. Is that not a true statement? Is that not a so Jay? Interestingly, I'll put it to you like this. You're partly right. You just made the comment, take the A side. It's his job to send offers. Talking with Adrian Clark yesterday, I would tell you that's factually wrong. That's actually wrong. And I learned a lot talking to him yesterday. There's only a few fighters that can send contracts to any fighter or send offers to any fighters, right? So this whole notion that you're the A side and you send an offer, that's not how it works. And I'm going to leave it to Adrian Clark in the interview that I'll probably drop maybe tomorrow to explain how it actually works, Jay. But Gervonta Davis is a fighter that is in a position where he can send an offer. And I would tell you that more than likely something was sent. But let's move on. So he tried to make the fight with Lomachenko. Lomachenko turned down the fight. I heard that something had been sent over to Shakur Stevenson. Now, I don't know what it was. I don't know if there's anything specific. I have no idea. But Shakur Stevenson went on for none and said, please, pretty, please, I'll be available. I'll fight him in November. And then once Lomachenko fell out, you didn't hear anything about Shakur. Shakur went on, fights aren't made on social media. And then he got quiet. William Zepeda wanted to fight. I heard what you say, Jay, about Leonard Ellerby, and I'm assuming you're talking about the A side sends the offer. I get it. But fighters, even though they may be the A side, they're not sending offers like that. Again, I'll leave it to Adrian Clark interview to explain it. I thought it was very intriguing, so it was good stuff. But I would say that Gervonta Davis is a fighter that is in position to send an offer, but very few fighters are. So where was I? We talked about, William Zepeda was in line to try to fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, that's kind of like a different topic, but let me back up off of that. William Zepeda has not made any attempt to face Gervonta Davis, yet he's also the WBA mandatory. He would rather fight Shakur. Those are all facts. So I'm gonna pause here. So let's go back through it. Can we all agree that Lomachenko, there was an offer made to Lomachenko and Lomachenko declined to fight? Can we not all agree on that? Because I think we can all agree on that, right? So that's number one. That's facts. Number two, Shakur Stevenson went on Fernand's show and said that he wanted to make a fight with Javante Davis in November. Those are facts. Number three, after that, he went on social media and said fights are not made on social media, and subsequent to that, did an interview where he said neither one of them are afraid of the other one, but basically implied that the fight would not be happening now. Those are all facts, dog. All facts. All facts. Jay, you're incorrect, Jay, because what Leonard is talking about, you're misunderstanding. Adrian Clark is talking about what the process is. Gervonta Davis is in a position where he can make an offer, but no other A-side fighter literally makes offers. So it is the promoters that can make offers, and any promoter can make an offer just based on the economics of a fight. That's all that really matters. Okay? So what you're saying is not correct. Okay? But again, I'm going to leave that to Adrian Clark to explain in the interview that I drop tomorrow. Israel Bound, I hear you on here. I'm gonna keep going through this, and then I'll let you chime in. But at the end of the day, I've stated nothing but facts in regards to Gervonta Davis. Clearly, Tank wants a fight. Why isn't it that he hasn't been able to secure a fight with Shakur Stevenson or Lomachenko or William Zepeda. William Zepeda doesn't necessarily seem interested in the fight. And if this was reversed, we're talking about, Gervonta Davis holds all. Well, William Zepeda could simply enforce his mandatory. That's all he got to do. Enforce his mandatory, and he can force a fight. Now, he can't force the terms, but he can force a purse bid. He hasn't attempted to do that either. So, Israel Bound, go ahead and comment on it, man. What you got?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing excellent, man. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, likewise. So, I ain't here to argue with you today, Greg. Let me start off with that first. Mm-hmm. We ain't about to start with you today. But in all seriousness, so I'm on deck with you with the Lomachenko and him backing out all the way up to that point. Now, keep the timeline in perspective. I think if we was going to do this argument or this debate any justice, there should be a visual so that people can identify what the timeline looked like. See, because without the timeline, everything is just scrambled up everywhere. Because when Loma backed out of the fight, what did Tank do right? It's not important what Shakur did at this point, because as I posted in your video yesterday in the chat, I posted 4 different occasions where Shakur said, and to different interviewers, he wants to fight Tank Davis. So we know that's a thing. So what did Tank do immediately? Now, this is not what you call an antagonistic question. I'm dead serious. What did Tank do immediately after Loma backed out?
His trainer went on Fanon, and then his other trainer, his main trainer, Calvin Ford, said that they were going to send an offer over to Shakur Stevenson's people.
And so nobody has gave any verification of that. Like, we ain't saying that it didn't happen,
okay.
But taking consideration of where we got fighters and coaches and managers like Brian Norman Sr. Mm-hmm. All right, they said they sent me an offer. No, they didn't. You know what I'm saying? He came out and vehemently denied that. Right.
That's fine.
So what I'm saying, so what I'm saying is that we know that, like you said, to your point, fighters don't make these things happen, nor do the coaches and managers. This happens up higher than those people, and we do know that Tank has the ability to send an offer. How is it that we heard about that he tried to make the fight with Conor Benn? How did Conor Benn's team come out and say that that fight didn't go through? Shakur's team ain't said nothing about they sent them an offer or made an offer. In fact, I think that's been denied.
Actually, it hasn't. False.
I think it has.
No, it hasn't. False.
Okay, I'll try to clean that up with my own words, but we'll stand corrected because I don't have that information with me.
So I've already stated that Gervonta Davis is one of the fighters that can actually send an offer. So there's no argument. There's no argument for me on that.
Got you. So my question to you is, since Gervonta already stated who those final 6 people were on his hit list, it stands to reason that his next move would have been to say Shakur Stevenson.
So let me break something down for you, Israel Bound, because you are bound by your information and what is available to you. And this is where someone like myself can lean in and help you understand. Because I have contacts in boxing that you are not privy to. Is that fair?
Could be.
I don't think it's no could be. Okay?
You said you don't see?
I have contacts with people who are in boxing that, because a lot of, and don't get me wrong, let me back up and say this. I get a lot of my information the same way you guys get your information, right? But there's also information that I get that I do not get the way that you get it. The information that you get, and I get as well, is from guys doing interviews, social media posts, those types of things. I get that as well, and I use that information for content because this platform is about us getting out here and discussing fights and stuff like that. And I think all of it makes for good conversation in reality. And I love finding people like you that know how to be disagreeable without going off a cliff. Some people they go off a cliff. But then there's information that I get that it has nothing to do that you have never heard before. Okay?
Right.
So, backing up, I've had conversations, and I talked about this last week, and I can tell you with no doubt, well, let me back up even further than that. I have had the opportunity to visit Gervonta Davis's gym. I've had the chance to talk to both his coaches. Now, I didn't talk to Coach Cal in detail, but I did get the opportunity to talk to Coach Kenny. I can tell you, and the people around that gym, I can tell you they have absolutely, positively no hesitation, fear, whatever you want to call it, of Shakur Stevenson. Okay? And that was maybe like 2023. Moving forward, I've had conversations, and I'm talking about over the last couple of weeks. I can tell you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that Gervonta Davis's team and or at least the people around would rather have that fight sooner than later. And the reason why is because Gervonta Davis is in his prime right now. And he's a little older than Shakur Stevenson. They would rather get their hands on him now while Gervonta Davis is in his prime versus waiting 2 or 3 years from now where he's 32, probably still a great fighter, because you can still be a great fighter in your 30s, right? But not necessarily at his peak. So I can tell you this whole debate like Gervonta doesn't want Shakur, I'm telling you, is not right. I'm telling you their strategy, if it could be, it would be able to get him now.
One thing I push back on is that I never said that I thought that Javante Davis was scared of Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
I've never said that. I don't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it. But what I do believe is that sometimes politics, we know those things.
Sure.
That's just, we all know how that goes. But
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is that in order to substantiate what people are saying about Shakur Stevenson, you first have to make me understand how Tank Davis said this is the man he wanted to fight.
Okay.
This fight fell through. And then, and if an offer was made, just like with, once again, I'll bring up Brian Norman Sr. He told us how much was made, what the offer was, what they offered him, who contacted him, who did. Man, we've heard nothing of the sort about anything about no offers being made.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. And this is what Adrian Clark said yesterday on this show. And man, y'all gonna make me tell you the whole damn interview before I even drop the content. Come on, man.
Keep it under wraps. Hey, keep it under wraps, Greg. We can wait.
But let me say this. The vast majority of offers that are sent between fighters, promoters, and all that, you won't hear a damn peep about. It is actually unusual for you to hear about them. If you've heard about them, it's because somebody is trying to put it out there for a reason.
I
Okay?
think that's true. I think that's probably true, probably in probably most cases.
Exactly.
But we heard about it in the Errol Spence situation in Terence Crawford.
Okay.
We heard about it in the Devin Haney, and we heard about it with Ryan Garcia. We heard these numbers and offers. We heard any big fights would involve stars.
Not false.
Championship. Okay, well, tell me one. Tell me one where we didn't.
Well, how am I going to tell you one that you didn't when hasn't been put out there to the general public? How would I even with that information? I wouldn't put it out there.
Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying every specific term in detail, but I'm saying that in as far as an overall general understanding that a contract is being put into place or being negotiated, we would hear something about where is it going to be? What are we negotiating about? What are we negotiating about it being there, here? Come on, man. This is a fight. Okay.
Not necessarily, fam.
Okay, I ain't gonna say that. I agree with you, not necessarily, and I would agree with that. That doesn't necessarily have to be true, but I'm saying in this particular situation where both fighters have expressed interest to fight each other, I'm saying that when Lomachenko fell through, and we already know, like it's common math. If you do the simple math, Shakur Stevenson does not have to say, I want to fight Tank Davis anymore. He said that many times.
Okay.
Now, if Tank Davis has a need to make a fight, why would he be going talking to Conor Benn or any of these other people?
Hold on. That Conor Benn situation was way before this even occurred, so I'm not sure why you're bringing up Conor Benn.
What you mean it was way before it occurred?
The Conor Benn situation where he was talking about fighting Conor Benn, man, that was before the Frank Martin fight even happened. What are we talking about?
I'm sorry. Pitbull. Let's talk about Pitbull.
Okay, what about him?
What about that?
What about him? What do you know about an offer of Gervonta Davis sending the Pitbull?
Listen, that was a fight that they was talking about trying to make until
They who?
Tank Davis team until Pitbull end up losing to his last boy.
Who you heard say that from Tank Davis team?
Hey, Greg, I can't specifically say where I heard from. Listen, if I'm the first person that you heard say that, then your ears have not been to the ground because that's definitely been said by many people, Greg.
Many people, listen, you are following the narrative that you've heard people say that Pitbull Cruz was a potential opponent for Javante Davis next. That's what you're going off of. You have not heard anybody from
You saying he was not a potential fight for Tank Davis?
I'm telling you that you ain't heard that from nobody from Javante Davis team. That's what I'm telling you.
That he was not a potential fight?
You ain't heard that from nobody from Javante Davis team. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I'm gonna stand corrected, Greg, because I can't say that I did hear from his team. But what I'm saying is these are the things. Okay, well, who has he been negotiating since Loma fell out? Let's go there. Who has been negotiating?
Hey, listen, I asked, and I didn't get an answer, and I won't get an answer. Nobody's gonna get an answer to that. I don't know. I can't. I'm not going to get an answer to that. Nobody's going to give me. Nobody who I have contact with is going to give me an answer to that.
To who he's been negotiating with?
Hell no. Like contacts that I got right now, they're not going to tell me that.
So who's his next fight?
I don't know. I don't know who his next fight is. Okay,
and all we know is that we ain't hearing no chitter chatter between him and Shakur. That's what we know.
Shakur is already locked into a fight, so of course we're not hearing any chitter chatter.
But do you think that matter though?
Do I think it matter to what extent? Like in what context?
To the extent that we just like and bad call this time, but just like people was expecting Pitbull to go in there and win that fight. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I think the odds on favor for Shakur to win these next two fights would be highly in his favor. So I don't see how that would stop a Shakur Tank fight from being negotiated for sometime around the middle of next year.
I think it's a possibility that they might fight in 2025. However, I want to throw something else at you. And for those of you who are in the comment section, feel free to hit the link and join Israel Bound and I think this is a good conversation. So you're telling me now William Zepeda's team is on the record right now. They're on the record stating that they were more than willing to fight Shakur Stevenson and fight him in November.
Right.
November. And so Shakur Stevenson decided that he was going to fight Joe Cordina, and it was clear that all he had to do was wait let's call it a couple of weeks, and he could have made that fight. That was the fight. Now, you're sitting up here, you said, man, Shakur Stevenson doesn't have to say that he wants to fight Gervonta Davis anymore. He said that plenty of times. So now the onus is on Gervonta Davis. But we got Shakur Stevenson, who has also mentioned on several occasions that he's interested in fighting William Zepeda, who clearly had already had a fight lined up to fight Jor Cordina and made no attempts to actually make the William Zepeda fight. So clearly, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Dude, I'm telling you what the team said. They were surprised when all of a sudden he had to fight.
Only thing, I'm not disagreeing with you per se. What I'm saying is that according to your own words, all he had to do was wait a couple more. All he had to do was fight when Shakur wanted to fight him.
No, that's not true. That's false. No. That's not what I said.
Hold up, Greg. You just said that all Shakur had to do was wait a couple more weeks and the fight could have happened.
Yes.
So what was a couple weeks about? What are we waiting for?
Because William Zepeda's wife was having a baby.
Whose fault is that?
What the hell are you talking about? So, dude, 3 to 4 weeks, that's all you got to wait to make a fight? Then you don't really want to fight.
Hold on, wait a minute, wait. If I didn't want the fight, then why would I be saying, no, we can fight right now instead of in November?
Oh, my God. Man, forget what somebody's saying out of their mouths, dog. I can tell you right now that I want to get in the ring right now with Usyk. I'd whoop Usyk ass. I want that smoke with Usyk. Me, Greg. I want that smoke with Usyk. That don't mean I'm really gonna get into. Well, Usyk. All I got to do is show up to Usyk's town and he's willing to give me the smoke. If I don't go there, I don't really want the smoke. My actions tell me what I really want. So he can say what he wants about William Zepeda, but his actions. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying his actions showed that he doesn't, because you're talking about 3 or 4 weeks is all he needed to wait to make a William Zepeda fight. Yet he had been talking about William Zepeda and wanting that fight for the last few months. Now all of a sudden, when the fight is on deck for you, now you go and do Jor Cordina. So clearly he could say one thing and do something else.
Who's the A side?
Shakur.
All right, so then you fight when I want to fight. You don't dictate the terms, I do.
Okay, you're biased. You're changing your so then Tank can make that comment. So then Tank can do that.
Huh?
So then Tank can do that as well.
Absolutely. I never said that Tank was outside of his realms of making that fight whenever he did, because he's the ace. That's why I said Tank has the ability to make the contract. That means, hey, I want to fight here. This is what I'm offering.
Okay.
This is what.
Okay. I wanted you to put that there because I want that on record the next time you come on here. Regardless of the fact
I've always felt that way. All I'm saying is that my only issue is that why wasn't that contract sent? What I'm saying is that it just like with
why wasn't Shakur? If Shakur is the A side, why didn't he send the contract? Why did he? If he's talking about he wants to fight with, hold on. You said that Shakur has been stating this, that he wanted to fight Javante Davis for the longest. Well, Shakur has been stating that he wants to fight William Zepeda for the longest. Why didn't he send him an offer as the A side?
For October.
No, he could have sent him dude. He didn't send a contract. Period. Did he send a contract?
No, listen. Well, once again, the date was in conflict for when we gonna fight. Are we gonna fight in November, or are we gonna fight earlier than that? Obviously.
But Shakur Stevenson mentioned that he would like to fight Javante Davis in November, so clearly he was available in November and open to that. When William Zepeda wants to fight him in November, it's an issue. Make it make sense.
I'll make it make sense. Zepeda, you can melt Zepeda down 3 times and he won't equal 1 Tank.
So that's not the point. No. That's not the point. The point is he was available in November. Period. He said he was available in November. So why is it now that he needs to suddenly fight in October? He needed to fight in October because that was Riyadh season and he wanted to get a paycheck for an easy fight. Just say it, man. Stop making excuses.
Greg, if you would have said that a long time ago, I would have said that could very well be the case. I'm not like I won't push back against that. What I'm saying is that if I say that we're going to fight, and I'm saying that we're going, who dictated the terms of the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight? Errol Spence, right?
He should have. I don't know if he did, but he should have.
Now, asterisk, right? Asterisk. Although we feel, or the other side feels, that Terence Crawford got too much concession from Errol Spence, but that was Errol Spence's option still, though, right? Errol didn't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
True or false?
True.
Right, because the A side dictates all of these things.
The point is, Shakur Stevenson was available. Shakur was available in November. They started trying to put the onus on William Zepeda, talking about a baby being born. Then we find out that in reality, he's fighting in October, and it's just a few weeks from when William Zepeda is going to fight. So clearly, he could have fought in November. He stated that he wanted the opportunity to fight Javante Davis in November, so clearly he was available. So my whole point is, we can't. Don't sit up here and tell me that because he said that he wants to fight Javante Davis, that the onus was on Javante Davis to send him a contract because he's already stated this. And this A side is the whole reason why fights get made, but then don't put that same onus on Shakur Stevenson when he's fighting a less than stellar opponent, when he could have fought William Zepeda and giving fight fans a better fight.
No, I think the terms stay the same. Like I don't alter with that. I don't think that should shift from one fighter to the next. That's obviously being biased. But what I'm saying is that we can conclude from your conclusion in Shakur ducks Zepeda.
I don't think Shakur ducks Zepeda. I just think that I think what comes out of his mouth is not always the real. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Based on his actions. So let me pause real quick. We got 80 people in the building and 30 likes. If you get the opportunity, make sure that you smash the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure you engage it. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, where we're always dropping boxing-related content, whether it's documentaries, fight breakdowns, takes. We do it here on the Angry Man Podcast, so make sure you become a subscriber. Subscribers, think about becoming members. It's $2.99 a month. It helps to support the channel. And I just got a message from Jason. He said, let's see what Jason had to say. He said, fuck you, Greg. So I don't know what that was about. I must have said something on there that he didn't. I'm going to tell y'all, Jason is jealous of me because all my hair ain't fell out.
Hey, man, don't talk about that man while he ain't here to defend himself.
He talk about me when I'm not there to defend myself. Man, hey, listen, before you go on, fuck Jason.
I want to reiterate. No, I don't think Tank is scared of Shakur. That's not what I'm saying at all. Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is that I think that, if I'm the A side and that's a fight that I really want to happen, then I can make that happen. Period. Or
if you say
in Tank's position.
Yo, Shakur said F all of us, and he international cur, and he was not going to make a Javante Davis fight because he was going over there to get an easy bag.
Well, I mean, an easy bag is an easy bag.
NHA Tube is in the building. NHA Tube, what's going on, man? What you got on this topic?
I'm chilling, man. How you doing, fam?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I can't complain, man. It's another Sunday.
I feel you.
Yeah, so I'm confused, man.
Yeah.
Why is Tank the only so-called face of boxing, man, who's always having the hardest time securing an opponent? That was never the case for Oscar, for Floyd, even Canelo. And we shit on Canelo, excuse my language, for his level of, opponents that's put in front of him or he chooses or whatnot. But it seems like the same people that criticize Canelo for his bullshit opponents, be giving Tank a pass for his bullshit opponents, man.
Name a bullshit opponent that Gervonta Davis has had.
Man, Javante Davis had back-to-back tune-ups.
Like who?
Rolly, Pitbull, Hector Garcia. Shit, I even put Ryan Garcia up in there too, man. I mean,
so that's interesting.
On Devin, but
that's interesting. That's interesting. So NHA 2. Let me ask you: are you a Terence Crawford fan?
I'm a sport boxing fan.
I'm asking you a question. Are you a Terence Crawford fan? Yes or no?
Does Terence Crawford box?
Yep.
So I'm a fan of Terence Crawford.
Are you in the comment section anytime we do a video defending Terence Crawford?
If he needs to be, if something disparaging saying about him and that's untrue, yeah, I'm in there.
Okay, so this is Terence Crawford's a string of Terence Crawford fights. John Molina Jr., Felix Diaz, Julio Ndongo, Jeff Hearn, Jose Benavidez. Sounds like some goddamn tune-ups to me. Now, would you say that those are tune-ups?
I rate all of them above them three names I gave you.
Bullshit. Let's go. Bullshit. Julius Ndongo's record currently is 24-10. This shows your bias. Felix Diaz is 20-3. That's decent. John Molina Jr. Let's see what his record is right now. 30-9. 30-9. So now let's compare to the opponents that you were just talking about. Let's pull up Gervonta Davis bot rec, because a lot of you guys, you like to come on here and you don't spit many facts. You just want to come on here and just talk, and it sounds good in theory, but in reality, it don't make no damn sense. So let's see. Hector Luis. Oh, let me finish. He's 16-2 now. Pitbull Cruz is 22-2. Mario Barrios was the opponent before that, 26-0. So you didn't even have the lineup correct. So what you're saying is not true.
Got him. Got him.
Okay, let's move on. What's next?
Oh, so it's interesting. You chose to pick some opponents that Bud fought like damn near 10 years ago. When we
you want me to get some new ones? I can get some new ones. They all sound the same.
Hold on. Can I finish? Julio Ndongo was a unified champion. You forgot that. You just
and he sucked.
When Bud fought him.
And and the division sucked.
14 fights and was a bum then.
And so
bigger bum now.
And so was Ndongo. He's a bum and still a bum. What's your point?
You ain't a bum if you a unified champion.
Rolly Romero held titles. Rolly Romero held titles. He was a 140-pound champion.
He held titles?
He held titles.
Or he was getting the title, you know what I'm saying, that he actually lost to a 50.
Well, what was Julio Ndongo a unified champion, or did he just fight in a weak division? A very weak division where there was nobody else at? These are so anybody can make those arguments, dog. No.
It's not his fault, you know.
Not Rolly's fault. Not Rolly's fault. And Rolly fought who?
He is trash.
Rolly fought who they said he needed to fight to win the title. Same difference, dog.
Did he win?
Nice try though.
Did he win?
Who?
Did he win, Greg? Rolly.
Who? Rolly?
Yeah.
He won.
Did he win, Rolly?
Did he get the title? 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 Okay, I don't want to hear all this. Man, I think he should have lost. I'm not trying to hear all that. I ain't trying to hear all that.
You know damn well that boy lost. That old man beat him with that old man strength.
Hey, listen, I just shitted on your argument. You know your argument doesn't have any validity. But go ahead, man. Continue your tank hate.
First, like I said, you brought up Terrence opponents from like damn near 10 years ago.
Well, I can bring up some. I can bring up some more recent ones. I can bring up some more recent ones. Want me to go to the more recent ones?
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Ooh, Terence Crawford.
It's hard to put anybody above Rolly Romero.
Let's see.
Even Pitbull.
David
See what he's about.
David Avanesian, 30-5. Sean Porter was washed. Kell Brook was washed. Kavaliauskas, were they not? 24-2. He lost to Virgil Ortiz. Amir Khan, 34-6. What's your point?
You put Rolly above these people, right? That's what we doing.
At the stage that they were at, yeah, they probably about the same.
What?
My point is, hold on. My point is, you picked a specific string of fighters, and I picked a specific string of fighters.
I picked his last 4 fights.
So what?
I picked his last 4 fights. We gotta stay in the
So okay, last 4 fights. Israel Majumov, 10 fights, 11 fights.
Yep.
11 fights.
Levels above Rolly and Pitbull.
11 fights. 11 fights. How do you know that? He's only got 11 fights. Errol Spence. Errol Spence, who was clearly weight drained and had been in a car accident. David Avanesian and Sean Porter, who had one foot out the door ready to retire. Your point?
All levels above Pitbull, Rolly.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Mario.
That's your opinion.
Everyone.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Yeah,
that's your opinion.
That's all we gonna buy, right? It's my opinion.
That's your opinion. But let's get hold on. Let's compare them at the same age. Hold on. Tank is 20. Tank is fought these fighters between 27 and 29. So if we go back and where Terence Crawford was 27, 29, it goes right back to the list I just gave you, my brother.
But we're staying in the present, right? We're talking about
No. You can't compare 2 fighters that are in different stages of their career. Nope. You trying to compare one fighter who's 28, 29 versus another fighter who is in his 30s and been in the game for about 10 years longer. No, dog. That it don't work like that, dog.
The same way you're trying to compare Rolly Romero to
hey man, why hey listen, why are we still talking about this, man? Why are we still talking about this? Listen. What do you have to say about Gervonta Davis and the reason why, or whatever you call it about? They're ducking Gervonta Davis. They don't want to make a fight with Gervonta Davis. You try to make a comparison of Gervonta Davis versus freaking Oscar De La Hoya, who was at the pinnacle of the sport, selling 1 million pay-per-view buys every time he fought. You're trying to compare Gervonta Davis to Floyd Mayweather, who was at the pinnacle of the sport, who was selling 1 million pay-per-view buys every time he fought. Those guys are extraordinary. Tank ain't at that level right now. We understand that. Can he get there? Sure, but he's not there yet. Not a fair comparison, okay? Plus, he packs punching power, right? That, I don't know, some of these boys may not really want to get put to sleep on national TV. But go ahead.
I mean, I keep telling me he's the face of boxing, so I mean,
I ain't never told you that. I ain't told you that. I said he's one of them.
You either the face of boxing or you're not. You can't tell me. He's the face of boxing, but he's not quite the face of boxing.
Canelo is the face of boxing. Canelo is the face of boxing right now. Hold on, let me real quick. Al the Pal just hit me with $2. Appreciate you, Al. On the real Pitbull, Ryo sold the fight, not Bud. Yeah, that's true. We all know that. NHA Tube, you got a channel?
Nah, I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. I just post my videos of my kids playing football. But I ain't.
I got you.
On. Yeah, I got you. I just come on, talk some shit in boxing every now and then. Shit.
I feel you.
But
I want to move on to another topic though. You want to move to a different topic? I want to get your thoughts on this other topic that I got.
Yes, sir.
Terence Crawford. Now, there is let me see. How do I dropped a video earlier today. We're gonna go to that video first, right? We're gonna talk about that topic that I dropped. How do I want to do this, man? Because I don't feel like trying to go. You know what? I think I can find a clip. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna pull it up real quick and then I'm gonna share it with you. You're gonna be able to see it and the audience gonna be able to see it too. All right, so let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. Cause I think Ryan Garcia had a lot of good points here, man. You're probably not gonna agree, man. Cause at the end of the day, man, you're a hater, and I think we all know that.
I'm a hater. Hold on. You about to play a clip from a man who said he hates NIGGRs, and I'm a hater.
No, I'm joking with you, man. All right, that's a joke.
Hold on.
When I say you a hater.
I could care less
When I
what
say
Ryan
you a
gotta
hater.
say, but you could play it. I think I might have seen the video, your clip anyway. And shit. I heard it because
Yeah. Let me pull it. Let me see if I
Ryan
can
just
get it
talking
up
like he
here.
talks.
Yeah, but man, listen. Okay, let me say this first, because I agree with you. What Ryan Garcia said, I have a major problem with. Now, if he were to come on the platform and say it, then hey, I gotta accept that because we need Ryan Garcia to come on this platform. I've actually reached out to Ryan Garcia to see if I can get him to come on the platform, but I ain't heard back yet. But I'm gonna play this clip. Oh, I can because this is what I have to do. This is my job. All right, so let me know. Everybody should be able to see this right now. You should be able to see it as well. NHA, can you see it on your phone?
I can see it.
All right, so we're gonna start from right here. I'm gonna see if I can open this a little
brother.
bigger.
Your brother's done a lot of crazy shit. The fuck are you talking about? Oh, food? Perfect. You go just, oh shit. Join the interview.
Oh,
yeah, we're in the interview.
No, you good.
You can just put it right there.
Just put it right here. No, you can just keep it right here. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, because I mean, when he won the fight against the guy 2 weeks ago, fighting up, you were upset about that.
Oh no, I wasn't upset. I just thought he.
You told him to stop stealing boxing money.
Yeah, because he's stealing so much money for putting out mediocre fights.
He's stealing money. NHA too. We all know it. Let's go.
Fights that nobody's gonna fucking watch. You just robbing money from my friend Turkey, and you act there
robbing money from my friend too.
Acting like you're some fucking top dog. You can't even beat this dude's ass. That wasn't even that good.
You don't think so?
No, he wasn't that good. None of these motherfuckers.
He had 11 fights. Can we really say he was that good?
Motherfuckers are that good, bro. Terence Crawford really hasn't beat nobody other than Errol Spence Jr. that went through a car crash.
Is that not a fair statement? Who else has Terence Crawford beat other than Errol Spence, who went through a car crash, and Sean Porter, who had 1 foot out the door?
Other than that, who Terence Crawford has actually beat? Name one guy that he beat other than Errol Spence. That's well known.
I think the Spence one was pretty impressive.
But name another one. Sean Porter, that was from Wash.
He was on his way out.
He was on his way out, yeah.
Who has he beat? He hasn't beat nobody, bro. He's not gonna beat nobody, bro. Terence Crawford, if he fights Virgil Ortiz, I think Virgil Ortiz might even give him a run for the money.
When was the last time Bud
Even
took
though
a knee?
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn. Oh,
Terence Crawford is all right, bro.
I think Crawford beats Ortiz though.
Yeah, he might beat him, but he won't demolish him.
But Crawford wants Canelo though.
No, don't do that, bro. Terence Crawford is no, he ain't like that, bro. Terence Crawford is an overhyped bum, bro. I'm sorry.
Woo! Fire!
I can't take nothing from a man who took a goddamn knee, and he wasn't even at, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even like, the waning seconds of the end of a football game. He literally took a knee.
Man,
you a hater. He say serious, especially when he's talking about the Dawn, but King Crawford.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. I'm a boxing fan. I know you was a Terence Crawford fan. I know it. Hey, 2 Cent, you in the building? What's going on with your family?
What up? What's going on?
Oh, you just heard the video that I played for Ryan Garcia or of Ryan Garcia making these comments in regards to Terence Crawford. I definitely got to hear your thoughts on this. Did he have a point?
Definitely. I've been saying that for a while. I think a lot of people looking back maybe have noticed it or picked it up. But hold on, I gotta sneeze. All right, I'm sorry. But I mean, he didn't. I mean, he was being a little hyperbolic in the beginning, but he did say Terence Crawford was a good fighter. He's just trying to make to the point, like, who has he fought to make you just try to be like, oh, he'll beat Sugar Ray Leonard? Like, who has he fought to make you give him like one of the greatest ever type status? Because you really can't just do that off of accolades alone.
I agree, man. I agree. We got JD in the building. JD, what's your thoughts on what Ryan Garcia had to say in regards to? And before you go there, I got hit with $5. I missed it. So my apologies. Sean Clark hit me with the $5. Everybody says Tank name when he's tied up. Soon as he gets free, they quiet. Then a church mouse. Kurt fought 2 months ago, but he fighting Cordina. Ugh. JD, what you got? JD, you there? I don't know what's going on with JD. JD, I can't hear you, family.
I think it's crazy how people take Ryan Garcia serious. Like, I can't even take Ryan Garcia serious. I hear him saying all this crazy stuff, but it's like, y'all, this Ryan Garcia.
He's entertaining us, and I don't know why people now. I don't know what was going on with him when he said that Nigger, you know, with the hard ER. I don't know. He tripping.
Nah, he lost me with that, man. I got my kids are black.
Yeah, he tripping. What you mean your kids are black? Aren't you black? NHA too?
I am. I'm African, but I'm just saying. I meant to say my kids are African American. When you say, you know, when people use that term, you know, I can never support that man again.
NHA, what?
Man, you come in my establishment, I kick his ass out. I don't give a fuck how famous he is.
How? What part of Africa you from, or your people from?
West Africa.
What country?
What? Cape Verde.
Oh, okay. My wife's Liberian.
Okay. I'm same island of where Demetrius Andre's from.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I agree with you too, saying I don't. Yeah, we can hear you now, JD. What's your thoughts?
I don't understand what's going on with this shit. What's going on with y'all? How y'all doing?
Doing well, man. How are you?
Man, one day at a time. I just made some dinner. I had steak, spinach, and mac and cheese. But you had asked me about Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
Man, listen, man. I think the kid's a dickhead, but he right. He right. Who lying? Bud really beat? If we beat
nobody. And he ain't beat nobody. Let me go through his resume real quick. Okay. Andre Klimov. You ever heard of him? I haven't. Ricky Burns. I never can say it. You guys know I'm terrible with first name. Eurykis Gamboa. Ray Beltran. Thomas Delerme. Deary Jean. Henry Lundy. Victor Postal, who was a height job. John Molina. Felix Diaz. Julius Undango. Jeff Horn. Jose Benavidez Jr. Amir Khan. Mean Machine, Kell Brooks, Sean Porter, David Evans. Terrible.
Nobody, Greg.
They ain't nobody. I ain't never heard of them niggas.
Man, fuck all that, man. I'm tired of this shit, man. Because all y'all do on all of these platforms, these Badussi fans, y'all dick eat. Stop dick eating. Oh my God, it's disgusting. Y'all got like 7 kids, bro. You don't need no more BMs, bro. This shit is ridiculous. He didn't beat nobody. He beat Errol Spence that flew fucking 100 feet in the air, bro. He didn't beat Errol Spence at the prime of his career. Like Kell Brook Errol. He didn't beat Sean Porter Errol. He didn't beat an active Errol Spence. He beat an Errol Spence that flew through a fucking car that don't take tune-ups. And he didn't beat nobody at 154. If he fights Sebastian Fundora, I give him that. Because Fundora's going to fuck him up. Fundora's going to fuck him up. Like, I'm not trying to hear.
Fuck who up?
You think he gonna fuck up your boy? He gonna fuck up your boy. That's what he's saying.
Man,
y'all sound fucking crazy. He gonna fuck him up so bad. He already ran for the fight. Soon as he won that fight.
Hey, man,
hold up.
Get off the gas, bro.
No. Hold up.
This sound crazy.
No. Hold on.
Fundora.
Hold on. Fundora, listen, Fundora.
The Explorer.
Listen, Fundora is not ducking that fight. Fundora is going to take that fight. If Bud actually takes the fight, accepts the fight. No, he hasn't. Bullshit.
Greg, they make
bullshit.
Fight, Greg.
Yeah. Fundora is going to make that fight. Fundora is not going to duck that fight. If Crawford accepts that fight, they're going to make it.
Like Crawford. No power at 154, gang. It's the truth, bro. You realize that, right? You think little ass Bud that was at 135 moved to 147 gonna fight a 6'6" nigga that's supposed to be a light heavyweight who the only person that really put him down was known punchers, right? Like a Brian Mendoza, like an Erickson Lubin who don't have a chin.
Hey JD, real quick. NHA 2, he ran up out the building, man. It was too hot for him.
He run the fuck up out of here.
We ran him up out the building.
Fuck up out of here. Bye.
He came back. He came back. He ran back in. He back in.
Come back. You get fucked up over here, gang. It's not happening, bro. Bud is going to get his ass whooped. I'm telling you now. He gonna get touched up, and you gonna be clutching your pearls. Oh shit! Like superhero. Bud is gonna get touched up, bro.
Hey, bro,
up.
you said that same dumb shit when he was about to fight Spence. And you think so? You must think Spence, Fundora better than Spence.
You, bro, because just a little.
Don't make me. So you must really think Fundora better than Spence.
Because you and your boy Mill City over here putting out lies about Tank, and then when I called you on it, you ain't even respond to me. Don't make me put you on ice, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not that one. I remember everything. I got a memory like.
Bro, this is the internet, man. I don't know about this. You ain't that one or whatnot.
I'm exposed.
No. He's not talking like that. He's not talking like that.
What are you talking about? How you exposing me?
Yeah. Oh, now niggas don't know what I'm talking about. All right, that's cool. But let me tell you something. When Bud fight Fundora, make sure you hit me up so we can bet who gonna win that shit.
For sure. I love easy money.
And I'm from the tri-state too, so it really ain't shit to me.
Hold on, real quick, guys. Time out.
Put some money in your hand if I'm wrong.
Time out. We got 96 people in the building, but only 47 likes, man. Come on now. I've been trying not to do this, but y'all asking for it.
Need y'all get the likes up, man. Come on, man. Support the channel, support the grind.
Come on, man. Come on, support us, man. You gotta hit the like button, man. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AL Sports Media, where we're always dropping boxing related content. Jason and I fight documentaries, fight breakdowns, takes. We do it all here. I can even rap. So make sure you guys go ahead and become subscribers. Think about becoming members. $2.99 a month. It definitely helps us to bring you guys this great content. So make sure you do that. And then I want to give my girl Jessica is in the building. I wanted to give her some love. I saw she was in the building, so shout out to her. All right. So back to what we were talking about. Now, NHA2, I get it, man. You're a Terence Crawford fan. You're a supporter. But let me ask you a question.
Y'all Terence Crawford haters.
No, man. I love Bud.
Nobody hating on Bud.
Best in the world.
Y'all haters.
Hold on. NHA2. Let me ask you a question, though, man. Honestly.
Haters with a capital H.
But I got a serious question for you. Name one fighter on Terence Crawford's resume that's going to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, damn. So all of a sudden Spence ain't a Hall of Famer no more?
Terence Crawford said he wasn't a Hall of Famer.
Man, see how
No. Terence Crawford said he wasn't a Hall of Famer. I knew you were gonna go there. Terence Crawford said he wasn't a Hall of Famer.
Stupid, be killing your own argument, bro. You don't even listen to what your mans be saying, bro.
Terence Crawford.
Hey, he ran out. He ran up out of here. As soon as I hit him with that, he ran up out of here. Got him.
You need to do the
man.
This is what you need to do, because no doubt, of course. Answer the man question though.
But real quick, we got Deem by any means in the building. Fan, what you got for us?
Hey, Greg, can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, what's up? Hey, 2 cents. JD, y'all already know what it is. Hey, Greg, I hope everything is going well, man. Appreciate the content y'all be putting out there, y'all perspective. Just want to say thank you from another content creator. Truly appreciate y'all perspective on boxing.
Appreciate you, man.
The guy that's on the phone call, I'm not a Terence Crawford hater. I actually like Bud Crawford. I won't lie for him, I don't see how we could sit up there and be talking about this, that, and the third when it comes to Bud, when Bud is sitting on the sideline pouting, talking about he going to retire if Canelo don't fight. But then the same people will be sitting up there defending Crawford when it comes to Boots. He's doing the same thing to Boots that Canelo's doing to him.
Yep.
You can see the problem in it when it comes to Crawford.
Yep.
But you can't see the problem in it when it comes to Jaron Ennis. And then remember everybody was running with this narrative and 2 cents and JD. No, I'm not lying. Oh, if Boots go to 154, and I've been the main person telling y'all, Terence Crawford has denied that fight 3 different times, and he never mentioned the weight class not one time.
Facts.
He recently just denied another fight with Boots Ennis, and that would have been at 154, not 147. That's Eddie Hearn words, not mine. That's what Eddie Hearn said.
Yep.
So, Eddie Hearn was sitting up there.
Why it always got to be exact?
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'm about to say this again. I was just about
Then
to
you
say
should
that.
just listen in the chat.
Then you gotta. Is it your job to follow the boxing streets if you gonna get up on platforms and make arguments?
Exactly, bro.
It's not nobody else's job to hear interviews or it ain't nobody else's job to do homework for you. They teach you that in grammar school. I swear they teach you that in grammar school. So, Eddie said that Turkey had offered Virgil Ortiz fight the Bud Crawford and the Jaron Ennis fight. The Virgil fight is more of the one that Turkey Ali Sheik wanted. Terence Crawford don't want either or. He wants the Canelo fight. That's why you've been hearing rumors about him retiring if he don't fight Canelo. That's where all of that comes from. So we can't sit up there and be like, oh, Canelo's ducking. He deserves Canelo, blase blah, when Canelo uses the same exact argument that he uses towards Crawford. Crawford uses the same exact argument towards Jaron Ennis. You think I'm lying? He don't bring nothing to the table. I won't get credit.
But let me add to that.
It's the same exact thing.
I'm going to disagree with you, Dean. Hold on, Dean. Dean, I disagree with you on that. It is not the exact same thing because there is a difference. The difference is we got one dude trying to move up 3 weight classes, and he's talking, and Canelo is saying that it's not worth his time, where this guy was actually in the same goddamn weight class as him, and he still don't want him. And now Jaron Ennis talking about moving up to 154, and the fans were talking about if Boots really wanted to fight, he'll move up to 154. Now that Boots is moving up to 154, they're making the argument that he doesn't bring anything to the table. All Terence Crawford fans, the super sycophant fans, are bullshit. I had to say that, Dean. I'm sorry.
It's the same thing, though, Greg, because Canelo doing the same thing to Benavidez.
But I was about to bring that up, JD. Canelo cannot fight Crawford before Benavidez.
Facts.
He can't do it.
And if he wants to fight Canelo and prove that he belongs up there and make it a fight that Canelo cannot deny, then go up there and beat somebody at 168 the same way they were talking about Jaron Ennis needing to move up and win a title. Have Terence Crawford move up to 168 and fight somebody there, prove he belongs, and then fight Canelo.
Hey, Greg, you mean like David Benavidez that said that if Crawford comes up here, he better fight me first because he's not getting Canelo fight before?
Yeah. That dude. Go beat David Benavidez, and then we'll say, oh, man, you belong in the ring with Canelo. But they don't want to see that because you know what? He's Crawford going into night mode.
Don't control nothing, bro.
Nothing.
Canelo fight Crawford don't control nothing.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, I'm listening.
A tougher fight Boots.
Come on. Serious, bro?
I think he lose both of them, though. You
ain't
see that part coming. I think he lose both of them.
But wait,
I think Crawford is
Now that we talk about Boots, Greg, I got some pushback for you and your Atlanta boy, my guy. And I'm only.
Oh no Brian Norman slander, Jr. No Brian Norman Jr. slander.
No,
just play. Go ahead.
I'm from up this way, I don't really like how they over here, dissing on motherfuckers that one, they ain't not gonna fight. That's number one. And number two, they lying to everybody. They're lying to everybody.
Hold on. You saying Brian Norman Jr. lying?
They want $1.7 million to fight Boots, right? But they only made $50,000 their last fight. That's their highest payday. Why would you not?
Okay. So, okay.
I said, Greg, we gonna have to get into about this because I'm a huge Boots. You know what I mean?
I'm a huge Boots fan.
But I ain't a fan of Brian Norman and that bullshit. His daddy talking.
Okay, hold on. Let me just say this, and then you can go. Let me say this, and then you can go. Adrian Clark. I don't know if you heard this. Adrian Clark, who is the manager of Errol Spence and Brian Norman Jr. I have an exclusive interview with him. I did it yesterday. The entire interview is roughly 33 minutes. And I've broken it down into chunks. He breaks down the business of boxing, like how fights are actually made. He goes into detail about the negotiation between Brian Norman Jr. and Boots Ennis and gives their perspective. And then he gives me an Errol Spence update as well. So all of that stuff is coming. So I'm not going to argue your point, but I believe he's going to argue your point in the videos that we're going to release this week. But I just want to put that in there. Oh, hold on. But before you go, man, I got my guy, the boxing source, up in the building. Man, I got to acknowledge my guy, the boxing source, is up in the building. What's going on, JR?
Yo, what's going on, Greg? What's happening with the panel, man? How y'all doing?
Man, doing well, man. Doing well. I got to acknowledge you when you hit the building, family. For real. All right. I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor, Dean, and then I got to go to the boxing source.
Yo, I'm going to jump off. It's always fun kicking with y'all. Y'all be safe.
All right. Appreciate it, JD.
All right, JD. I'm going to say this when it comes to the Brian Norman situation. I don't want to hear nothing from Brian Norman or his daddy. They doing the same thing that everybody do to Gervonta Davis. And like I said, it sounds good. All I know, Greg, is that the whole 147 division got an excuse why they don't want to fight Jaron Ennis. That's the only thing I do know for sure. I know people that's close to Jaron Ennis as well. I'm from Philly, Greg. They got a side of a perspective too. It's just that Bozy not going to do what Senior is doing. The one thing I do know is that he just was on Fanon this morning, and he said that that they're not even. He said that they're making half of what they was offered. So I just want to know that that's a lie. I don't want to hear about business of boxing. So you mean to tell me Bob Arum is paying you $900,000 to fight on the undercard of Keyshawn Davis in Virginia? I got beachfront property in Idaho I could sell you. So whatever you got offered, whatever Brian Norman Jr. got offered, it was his highest payday in the unification fight. There was no reason for them not to take it. And then they said that they first counter offer was $2.8 million. Bob Arum would never cut Brian Norman. When Bob Arum cuts Brian Norman Jr. a check for $2.8 million, then I'll say Jaron Ennis is ducking and I'll hear the business and all of those things. But I ain't see his promoter do it yet. His own promoter.
So
when I see
Go ahead.
Hold up.
So let me say this. Because I got content coming out this week that's going to answer everything that you're saying. Like I mentioned before, Brian Norman Jr., I have his manager, Adrian Clark. I have an exclusive interview with him. He's going to break down why they didn't accept the fight. And it's going to be very clear. And it aligns to a lot of the stuff I've already said on this channel. So I'm not going to go into any detail. You'll see it. I'm going to let Adrian Clark address what you're saying. But I don't believe. So number one, Boots is not ducking. Brian Norman Jr. is not ducking. It's the business of boxing. That's all I'm going to say. So Deem, I appreciate that. I want to pass it to the boxing source because I know he was about to say something. JR, what's going on, fam?
Yo, what's up? Dean, brother Dean, didn't say this thing right. Look, if you say Brian Norman is getting $2.4 million, I got beachfront property in fucking California. So that's that. But I mean, I get what Deem's take is in reference to Jaron Boots Ennis. You know, me and you have had this conversation in one of the videos that you posted on your channel.
Yep.
And you know, given what you just stated, I can't necessarily get into it that much more. So I'll have to table it for later. Okay. Mm-hmm. So for y'all, just go ahead and support the channel, hit the like button, and I'll pretty much like revisit at a later time on that.
Yeah. And I'm kind of pulling back from it as well because, like I said, I got content coming out this week that kind of addresses it from their side, and we're talking about the guy that handles all the business in regards to Brian Norman Jr. So his perspective is going to be a little bit different from a general fan. And to some extent, his perspective is a little different from mine. I think you guys are going to enjoy it, so make sure you check it out. It's going to drop sometime this week. Now, I got one last topic.
The thing about it is,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead, because I was going to switch topics, but I want you to go ahead.
I'm associated with, a number of the people that were involved in that particular subject. So, there's one way to go about it, and other ways to go about it. But, like I said, it's about the business of boxing. And so with that being said, we'll hear from Adrian Clark on it here later on down the line on Angry Man Sports Media channel here, and then after that, if people want to discuss it more, then we could revisit.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
you. Yeah.
No, because it looked like the thing was mute, so I just wanted to make sure. My thing is, I think I've heard him kind of speak on these things, and I still just don't. If you want to talk about taxes and paying managers and paying, you got to do all of that in 200,000, 300,000. If you get a large lump sum check like that in America over 100 bands, it's gonna get broken up through taxes regardless.
Yeah, dude. But I hear you. I hear everything you're saying. He gives a bit of a different perspective.
Greg, you don't have a better opportunity than that. There's no guarantee. Because let me tell y'all what's going to happen if Brian Norman Jr. loses one of his next 3 fights. You know all they going to talk about? You know the first thing they going to say?
Mm-hmm.
You should have took that fight. There is no way around this thing. So whatever the reasons is, it better be I got offered more money to not fight Boots. Because my one question that I want to know is, are you asking for that same price tag to fight Stan Jonas or Mario Barrios?
Man, that's not how.
Because I know Al Heyman not giving that up. I can tell you that right now.
That's not how it works, man.
Well, that's unlikely. But the thing about it, Dean, and you're there in the Philly area, and I know personally pretty much who I say is the number one source when it comes to news from Jaron Boots Ennis and Bozy Ennis, right? And in this particular case, my thing is with Boots Ennis is that given the situation, later on down the line, we're not entirely sure that Boots Ennis will still be at 147 pounds in 2025.
Yeah, there's so much behind this.
Nah, he's not going.
Yeah, there's so much behind this this situation.
I'm about to say the reason why he's not going to be because they won't take the fight. So what else is he left to do?
Well, listen.
He couldn't go to PBC because Mario Barrios and Stan Jonas refused to fight him. That's where he tried to go first, and he couldn't go. As nobody at PBC even refused.
So Adrian Clark is going to get I don't know what he said on other platforms. I know he was on the boxing.
No, I heard him a
Voice.
little bit. I pretty much know where he's going to come from, but I respected Greg. He might,
maybe.
The platform. I understand.
I didn't hear what he said on the boxing Voice, but he adds a lot of perspective on this, and I think when you hear the perspective that he's adding on this, it makes sense. So let's move on. I want to move on to a different topic. Go ahead, Boxing Source.
Mm-hmm.
You got something to say?
No, I was going to do a quick promo because Adrian Clark is the author of Protect Yourself at All Times, the book. And in that book, he explains what goes down as far as the breakdown for fighters and what they got to pay out. So he'll probably give that example on that, or if he has, he might give that example in the interview.
Yeah, he I won't say he goes into that level of depth, but I actually go into that depth to some extent. I didn't go into all the particulars, but again, man, you guys will hear it tomorrow or the following day. One of these days I'm going to drop it. It's probably going to be in 3 or 4 parts, but yeah, he breaks down a lot of stuff, man, and how it works. And yeah, man, I get it. We're fans and we think certain things. I personally work in a business setting, so just being business minded, I was already on point with where they were coming from well before I even heard anything about, Adrian Clark making any comments in regards to this. So it'll be an interesting conversation. You guys will get to see it coming up this week. All right. So we got 108 people in the building, only 67 likes. Make sure you smash the like button if you get the opportunity. If you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, where we're always dropping boxing-related content. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're a subscriber, make sure you become a member. $2.99 a month to help to support the channel. And we got so many different people that are supporting this channel. Everybody that's currently in the comment section, as well as my good personal friend, Blue Blood Sports TV.
Need y'all get the likes up, man. Come on, man. Support the channel, support the grind.
He supports us as well. So make sure that you support the channel. All right, so one last topic before I also open up the phone line. We have Eddie Hearn's talking here about the potential of Terence Crawford retiring. And I did want to talk about this because I think honestly, I think it's a high probability that he might retire. Because when you think about where Terence Crawford is currently positioned, I think, he's made a ton of money. Probably more money than what he probably should have made based off of his drawing power, but that's a different topic. He's made a ton of money. He's in a position now where, he's older, has made great money. The only fight that's probably going to garner the level of money that he's looking for, regardless of what people think in regards to Turki Al-Sheikh, is it's going to be a Canelo Alvarez fight, right? Turki Al-Sheikh is not in the business of losing money, as many of you believe he is. He has to actually turn a profit, or at least more than likely at least be breaking even. So that's the fight that's interesting to him. I don't believe that the Fundora fight is going to be made because I don't think Terence Crawford really wants any of those fights at 154 pounds. He wants one last payday, even if that payday may result in him getting knocked out. Now, does he believe he can win the fight? Sure, but it looks like he just wants one last fight and get out of the sport. And if he can't get that fight, more than likely he's just going to jump out of the sport. So I think it's a very real possibility that we won't see Terence Crawford moving forward. I want to pass it to you, JR. I know you probably have already heard this as well. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, the thing with Terence Crawford, just going off of, what happened. Yeah, we all know what happened last year. Mm-hmm. And after that, he was pretty much saying, like, before everything went down, he was looking for, like the rematch and then, only big fights, in the sport. From that point forward. So, for me, I was thinking at the time it would be rematch with Spence. If he wins that, then, would have been Jamel Charlo. And then after that, then maybe Canelo Alvarez. But, the way that things had worked out, particularly right after that fight with Jamel going up to face Canelo. And then, the whole thing that worked out with Errol Spence, that kind of like, threw a wrinkle in the plans there for Terence Crawford. So now it's like he's looking for those lucrative fights, and the only one that looks available is the Canelo Alvarez fight. And, as of here we are right now, a week away from Canelo versus Berlanga, and Canelo hasn't really expressed that much interest in that fight. So if that continues to be the case, then yeah, we most likely won't see Terence Crawford in the ring anytime soon, if at all.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see it happening. I would love to see him in the ring with somebody like Mel. I think Errol Spence rematch would be something that I think a lot of people would look forward to, and I think it could be quite lucrative for Terence Crawford. But just based off conversations I've had, doesn't sound like Errol's really in a position to even fight at the end of the year. Still doesn't seem to have a trainer. Seeing him recently, though, in pictures with Brian Norman Jr., he looks like he's in shape. So could he potentially get himself ready for a fight by the end of the year? Sure. But is that what's best for Errol Spence at the moment? I don't know. I don't think so. Probably needs to have a longer training camp in terms of just really sharpening himself and things of that nature. And because he's just been off for so long, and it's been just consecutive fights where you have these really long layouts in between fights. So I don't even know if that's something that's a possibility. So, they talked about Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is not something that I think is going to be really appealing for Terence Crawford. And it doesn't really seem like Mel is on the verge of coming back anytime soon, even though he put that comment out there that, I guess he was putting the 154-pound division on notice. So
yeah. Yeah, on that note, what was it, a couple of weeks ago? I didn't notice this a couple of weeks ago, but he was, hit up for a hit and run incident. So that's something that he has to currently deal with at this point. So, yeah, I don't know what Jamel's status is going to be on that front, because I don't think Jamel is kind of like at the level of Tank Davis when it comes to that. So I don't know if they're going to work out a house arrest type ordeal with him, like how they did with Tank Davis over in Maryland.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to end up happening with this situation. That's up to him. Dean, you got something to say on that matter?
I think Crawford and Errol Spence fumbled the bag, man. And Errol Spence is probably my second. He's not my second favorite fighter right now, but prior to all that, he was my second favorite fighter. He just been inactive. When you fighting at a high level and what we saw, see, it'd be one thing if I saw more fighting Errol when he fought Crawford. But when you take a long layoff prior to that fight, you taking an even longer layoff on your next fight, if you is fighting, I just think it's detrimental, man. Like, to think you're going to get in there with a Tim Tszyu or just one of these guys that still got a lot to prove, and then you don't even got a trainer, your other trainer suing you. I just think it's a bunch of nasty work, and I don't blame Errol for that because I don't believe Errol Spence snaked Derrick James. I just don't believe that. I mean, I don't believe – it's hard for me, Greg, to believe somebody snaked somebody after their biggest payday and y'all was perfectly fine for the last 30 some odd fights. Like, it's just, it could happen. I ain't saying it can't happen. I'm just saying I'm more inclined to believe the guy that got 30 some odd fights prior to y'all having a dispute when it come to no bread or no money or anything like that. Crawford, I just think he fumbling the bag, Greg, from his stardom. You 37 years old, and it's the biggest star you ever been, and I'm a fan of you. You should have been this big 10 years ago when you was 27. Shakur Stevenson is talked about more at 26, 27 years old than Bud Crawford was 10 years ago. Devin Haney is talked about more than Terence Crawford was 10 years ago. That's unfortunate. And it's because of his hard head. I think it's bad business decisions. I don't think he's made all of this money. Fighting who? Who did he fight to make all of this? He ain't making Gervonta Davis in his last 5 fights, I guarantee, got more money than Terence Crawford. That's unfortunate. Meanwhile, Canelo done got hit with PEDs. Canelo done had bad stakes and lost twice and the whole 9, and he's still rolling. The marketing, man. I think Terence Crawford did a terrible job in marketing his career. And I think that now it's just coming back. The chickens is coming home to roost, so to speak. So I really hope that Crawford tries to go for undisputed at 154 because I believe at minimum that'll give him even more money and a boost his legacy up to where as though whether I was a pay-per-view star or not, cool. But I'm the only fighter to get undisputed in 3 different weight divisions. And I beat everybody they put in front of me, and I'm top 10 all time, no matter where you put me at. That's something I think he should go after. But, hey, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think that from that statement that you made in regards to them fumbling the bag, I do believe they fumbled the bag. I think the fight could have probably been a little bit bigger than what it was, 650 to 700,000 pay-per-view buys. Personally, I think they should have made that fight in 2022. And I think a lot of fans kind of soured on it when the negotiations fell through in 2022 to some extent, because even myself, man, the fight was in 23.
Yeah,
I'm talking about when they had the negotiation.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those negotiations in 2022 that fell apart. I just felt like even and JR, you probably feel the same. JR, you need to drop your channel, your link to your channel in the comment section. But I just feel like even as a content creator, I was tired of talking about it. Like, I didn't want to hear about it anymore. It was like, man, I'm over the fight. And then when they announced it, I didn't have the same enthusiasm if they had announced it back in 2022. So I think that was a perfect example of a fight marinating too long. Now, Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao marinated a little too long. And I don't think we got the version of the fight that we deserved. But I just feel like this fight was just different. Like, I felt like this fight, they didn't have the same level of cachet as those 2 fighters, and they needed to make that fight in 21 or 22. And there were reasons why the fight didn't materialize at that time. There's a number of things that Errol was going through. I mean, man, Errol went through a car crash. Errol went through retina surgery. Errol went through a lot. So those were the reasons why the fight didn't materialize. But I just think they had to make it in 22. And when they didn't, I just think it lost a little luster. And I think, to your point, they fumbled the bag a little bit. Maybe to some extent, no fault of their own, but still.
Yeah, I feel you on that, Jason.
Yeah, I just feel as though when you Crawford and you as talented as Crawford is, you shouldn't be a star. You shouldn't be the biggest star you is the day that you talking about retired. Terence Crawford this past year is a bigger star than he's ever been in his career, and he's only going to get a year to live in that. Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis been a star for the last 4 to 5 years. He's not even 30 years old yet. Manny Pacquiao, same way. Floyd Mayweather, same way. Oscar De La Hoya, same way. And then Crawford will go on and complain about not being remembered as one of the best. He'll be remembered as one of the best, but he won't be talked about the way the rest of them was, is because in the actual prime, they was that person.
Yeah.
Not saying Crawford wasn't that good. Not saying Crawford wasn't, huh?
No, I'm listening to you. We didn't say anything. You there, Dean?
No, I'm here. No, I'm not putting words in his mouth. I'm putting words in what every fighter chooses to accomplish. Terence Crawford would not be doing all these interviews if he didn't want to be looked at as a star. Terence Crawford wouldn't be. First of all, bro, in order to get the money that you want, you have to be a star.
Yep.
So just off of default, what he wants, that's what comes with it. Javante Davis don't talk like that neither. He's a star, though. He wants the money that comes with it. Canelo didn't talk like that. Huh?
No, we're just listening.
Benavidez not getting the bag that Crawford wants, though. Benavidez is not touching that bag, though. So you got to accept, if I'm not a star like that, I'm not going to get the bag like that. You cannot have both.
Yep. Hey, real quick before you go on, I do want to.
I'm putting words in what he said is he want the biggest money possible. What he said is recently is he want the biggest money possible. The way he could have got that if he was already a star at 37. Floyd Mayweather is still out selling the man on pay-per-views and stuff like that at his 40s. Every fighter wants the money. So to try to act like we putting words in his mouth, no, he did want to be the star because he wants the money that comes with being a star. Somebody as talented as Crawford, by default, should be a star. Period.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Hey, real quick, let me give a shout out to Benai Wright. Shot us with the $10, Greg.
Hold on, but the difference is.
What's the days though? Right now.
Hold on, guys, real quick. Let me give love to the person that just contributed to the channel. Benai Wright, $10. Greg, you must have a Series 6, Series 7 certification, so you know what GAP is. Conservatism, no business man is going to leave money on the table for money that might manifest in the future. So I don't have a Series 6, I don't have a Series 7, but I am a certified public accountant. So yeah, I definitely know what GAP is. All right, I'm sorry. What were you guys saying?
Well,
no, I'm gonna say this.
I was gonna say
Crawford Boots is talked about more at 27 years old than Crawford was at 27 years old. That is a fact. Boots still got 10 to 12 to 13 years left. Crawford talking about retiring if he don't get the Canelo fight.
Yeah. So, Boxer, so what you got? I heard you were about to say something.
No, hold on.
Hey, bro. I'm not here to argue. I don't care if you're a star or not. Go ahead and retire, bro. That's up to you. I'm just telling you with the monetary. I'm 32 years old. I can tell you when as the youngsters that was in boxing where the age, Crawford was the age for a guy like me, Crawford's prime would have been when I was most interested in it as a kid and all of that. He was not even mentioned back 10, 13 years ago when I was finished in high school. Nobody was talking about Crawford at that age. They didn't care. No fault to his own. Being with Bob Aaron, I'm telling you what I know. When I was 17, 18, bro, when I was 18, 19, 20, nobody was talking about Terence Crawford or bro. Yo, bro, is y'all throwing the fight party for Terence Crawford the same way that 18 and 19-year-olds are doing with Gervonta Davis? And they about to do you see what Canelo Alvarez is doing to the UFC and he's fighting Berlanga?
Yep. Hey, let me I need to get. Go ahead, Boxing Source, and then I need to get ASVP TV. He's on the phone. I need to get him in as well.
Now, Greg, you were talking
get up
about
out of here, Greg. I appreciate you, Greg. I'm gonna let you continue the show. Thank you for letting me up, brother.
All right, man. Later. All right, Source, what you got?
Now, Greg, you brought up a great point in reference to the fight being made at a particular time because in 2022 it had all the momentum because Crawford was coming off of this win against Sean Porter in 2021. You had Errol Spence in attendance for that fight. And then you had, the Errol Spence versus Jordan Sugas where he stopped him and he said, Terence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt. You know what I mean? And so after that, the hype for that fight was at an all-time high. So
I agree.
At that point, that is when, that fight should have been made. And, we had the reports that it was going to be signed. It was right there. The contract was there right in front of Crawford's face. And he ended up declining it at that time. So by doing that, you lose a whole lot of momentum. And as you said, Greg, you lost that, level of excitement that you had when it was actually announced than it was, in 2022. So that's on that front. Now for Terence Crawford, as far as like an overall draw, like part of it is on him. He has to, do what he needs to do in order to become marketable, regardless of who he signed under. So whether he's signed at the top rank or as a free agent, you have to be able to market yourself in the ability to have people be interested in you. So him at 37, hey, I have no problem with him asking for what he's asking for at this point of his career. But at the time that he was coming up, he should have had that same type of marketability or close to it, and he did not. Now, the thing about it is with Bob Arum, yes, he did sue Bob Arum, but it ended up being settled, right? And as of right now, I don't know if you got it, Greg, or Jake Donovan has it, but I haven't seen what that actual result of that particular settlement was. So I feel like it's on Terence Crawford to be able to market himself to the ability that that fans demand to see him regardless of where he is. You bring up Tank Davis. Tank Davis has been in multiple stadiums, has had sold out crowds at multiple stadiums, and had successful pay-per-views. Crawford hasn't had that.
No, I agree. I agree with you. I mean, you dropping knowledge there, man. There's nothing I can dispute there. Boxing Source, real quick. Not Boxing Source. ASVP TV. Before I jump over to you real quick, I got to give Jerry Soriano some love. $2. Time to eat. How can I join the panel? The link is pinned to the top. If you guys didn't know, I ran Jerry Soriano off, man. I cooked him so bad in our Discord, man. He just ran off like a scolded dog. ASVP TV, what do you got?
Oh man, I expected y'all to get to your Crawford segment a little sooner. I had to pop out for a minute, but then I popped back. I just knew y'all was gonna be on time, man. But I mean, if he want to retire, he can retire. He done did enough. In his mind, he already said it. He said for life, he ain't really got no financial issues. He don't need nothing. He said out his own mouth. He wanted the Canelo fight because that's gonna add to his bank account and his liquor. If he don't get it, hey, he good either way. I don't see him hurting for no cash, man. So I don't see what the problem. I don't see why would there be pushback for him to get that fight in the first place?
What do you mean he's not hurting? Hold on, let me ask you a question. What do you mean he's not hurting for cash?
Exactly what I'm saying. He ain't hurting for cash.
How do you know he's not hurting for cash?
I mean, is it obvious? Do I need to go out here and make statements like, do I need to throw it out there that he hurt for cash? Do I need to make assumptions that he hurt for cash?
I'm just saying. The only reason I asked the question, ASVP TV, is I saw in the comment section you hate niggas that's pocket watching. So all I'm saying is that if you know that if you know he not hurting for cash, then you pocket watching too, Negro. Then you a pocket watcher. Then you a pocket watcher, just like the rest of us.
You know he ain't hurt.
You a pocket watcher. You a pocket watcher, just like the rest of us.
He's talking about, he ain't made enough money to
pocket watching. You a pocket watcher. You a pocket watcher. You a pocket watcher. You a pocket watcher. Pocket watching. You a pocket watcher. You ain't no pocket watcher. You a pocket watcher. Just like everybody else.
I done listened to the bull jive for the past 2 hours. Now let me get my point across.
Get your point across, pocket watching ninja.
All it is, man, is fear now. Tell me this, why Canelo fans specifically got more pushback for a Terence Crawford fight than they did with a Berlanga or Jaime Monquez? Why you got more pushback for that? Canelo himself said Bud's slowing down. He say he easy work, right? So why would Canelo fans specifically be pushing back at a potential fight? If anything,
we don't like that fight. We don't like that fight.
Money, right?
No,
Because you know Crawford is the biggest threat he done faced in the last.
No, we don't. Nobody want to see that fight. Nobody want to see another mismatch.
You know what it's gonna be. That's why you run from it. You know what it's gonna be.
False.
Hey, you can only delay. You can only delay greatness. You can't stop it, baby.
Okay, so boxing swords. Hold on, ASVP.
Hey, you see? Hold on. I don't listen to y'all. For
okay.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Listen to all this BS going on.
Okay, but we gotta respond. We still gotta respond. Go ahead though. Finish up. Go ahead, boxing swords. I ain't gotta respond. Boxing swords gonna respond.
If you got all this pushback for him, but no pushback for Berlanga, I don't understand it. He himself said it's easy, man. Give me 150 for him, you know. If the money is right, we gonna fight, right?
Jesus.
So let's have it. Let him go get
Jesus
his bread,
Christ.
Let Canelo go get his easy bread, man. Let's have
this fight. Okay, I want the boxing source to respond because I think he's gonna say everything that I don't even think I need to say anything.
And then another thing, it was Maul the one that got in the hit and run, not Javale. That was Maul. That just had the accident.
Okay.
Small
so go ahead.
All right, go ahead, boxing source.
Yeah, small. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you just witnessed a few minutes ago is why they call Greg Angry Man. Yeah. On this front, the thing about it with the potential of a Canelo Crawford fight, one of the things that kind of like had a lot of bad taste in fans, whatever it is, was the fight that happened last year between Canelo and Jermell Charlo, as Jermell at the time was undisputed at 154, going up to 168. And you just saw, why they say there's weight classes for a reason, And we discussed this at length on the Angry Man Sports Media in reference to a potential fight between Canelo and Crawford, is that the only thing that was the selling point is that these two guys were like the top pound-for-pound fighters in the sport over the last 5 years or so. So that's the only selling point that you have for it. Otherwise, there really isn't that much interest in the fight in general. Now, the Berlanga, I know a number of people have, kind of like...
Well, in general, I disagree.
There is
an interest for the fight.
Right, trash the Berlanga fight. But the thing about it is, Berlanga is for some reason, top contender in the WBA rankings. So
if Berlanga can get the fight, which is literally the bottom of the barrel.
We know that. We know that. But okay, but here's the thing though. Is he gonna fight William Skull? And he ended up giving up that IBF belt. How would that look for Canelo Alvarez if he defended the titles against William Skull? Because he was the first in line, not Berlanga.
Right. I would have rather seen that.
Well, hold on. Let me throw something out there. Real quick, and then I'm gonna give it back to you. I don't want to hear this shit about Edgar Berlanga. He's the bottom of the barrel. He's a 168 pounder. If that's the case, why don't Terence Crawford move his ass up to 168 pounds and beat one of those bottom barrelers, and then we can see him in the ring with Canelo Alvarez.
We're gonna put the roadblocks out. We're gonna throw the roadblocks.
How is that a roadblock? He's 3 weight classes. He's 3 weight classes below this man. Well, he's 3 weight classes below. So move up and show that you can actually win the fight.
Put the spikes Man, we ain't got
No, y'all know if he move up to 168, he gonna get his ass whooped by an ordinary fighter. That's why you don't want to see him move up.
What did Jamel show?
They at 160. Yo. Berlanga's at 168. Let me finish. Berlanga is at 168. Jermell went up and did not show anything after being at 154. Therefore, why should we want to see that again?
They ain't the same fighters.
I don't give a damn if they're the same fighter. You're right. He even smaller.
That's like me saying, no, Sugar Ray, you can't come back and...
Man, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Are you high? Are you high right now?
Didn't I just say you ain't comparing to Sugar Ray Greg? I just told you.
Man, are you, hey, ASVP TV, are you on coke right now? And I know you don't do coke. Hey, let me tell y'all. So ASVP TV, because I know I'm in my 40s. 2 Cent, I know you got some grown children. I don't know how old you are. I'm assuming that you're close to my age. The Boxing Source, I know you are close to my age. This little young punk that's on the phone right now, who all wet behind the ears, breath smelling like Similac. He in number 26 years old, so he knows not what he do. Okay? I just want to make sure that was out there.
Now, that makes so much more sense.
Point of the matter is, we can't equate what Charlo did to what Terence Crawford gonna do.
No,
we can't do that. Because Jamel Charlo is not the fighter that Terence Crawford is. Do we need to really go in depth and question that? Do we need to?
I got Jamel winning that fight.
I think Jamel's better than Terence Crawford.
I got Jamel winning that fight.
54.
That's
54.
I got Jamel winning.
Jamel Charlo get off the couch, y'all, and go beat Terence Crawford.
I absolutely
I don't believe that.
He gonna get
Let's
off
talk
the
about
couch.
it. I want her to break that down.
Hold on.
I got Mel.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on, guys. We got too many people talking at one time. Okay, I'm going to give Blaze the floor because he just jumped in. Blaze, I'm going to give you 60 seconds. Tell us why you believe that what we're stating in regards to Terence Crawford and Jamel Charlo is not true. Then I want to go to the Boxing Source, then 2 Cent.
I mean, listen, Bud then showed that he's very, very good. I mean, you can take away whatever anybody want to take away for what he did to Spence and give Spence all these damn excuses about why he destroyed him. You know, when it was that counter 2-1 in the second round, that was 1 point and he was behind after that. Like, he don't get credit for really a precision put down, and we're talking about Charlo. Now, Charlo's a dog at 154. Don't get it twisted. He was undisputed up there, legitimately. Hey, that Harrison 2 fights, them was, man, listen, Charlo's a dog. My issue is with his out the ring things, is he focused in the boxer that he was? That's my concern with the fight. But let's not act like Bud ain't fresh. Let's not act like Bud ain't active and ain't sharp. So when we're talking about Charlo's better, it's like, all right, we talking ring rust, we talking about life rust too. You know? So that's where I'm like, yeah, I want to hear the opinion on why people would think Charlo would win at 154 against Bud right now, especially when he just got good work with Mazhinoff.
Okay, hold on, real quick. I got to acknowledge somebody in the comment section because they just hit us with some dollars. But I do want to say this: Terence Crawford is not active. That's a false statement. Before I even switch it to somebody else, Fight Game gave us Fight Game. Hey man, I love seeing your little daughter there, man. Great job, man. I like to bring my kids in as well. All right, Fight Game. When the Buttercream Gang gets on the panel, it's all contradictions and cap. No fighter ever has jumped up that much weight and beat a top dog in the division. I like that he said when the cream. You guys got to think about why he's saying cream. All right. So I want to, man, no goddamn first time for that, man. It's not on you right now, young whippersnapper. We're going to the Boxing Source. Boxing Source, what you got on that?
You're talking about this discussion with Crawford and Charlo.
Yeah.
You know, as I mentioned before, that was supposed to be the fight after Errol Spence, but with Jamel Charlo moving up, we didn't necessarily get that. I still think that's a great fight. I still think that I have Jamel. He has the abilities to.
Hold on. You said you got Jamel? You got Jamel?
Yes, I do.
Crawford?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I do.
So y'all are delusional. Okay,
but
go ahead.
Hold on. the other thing is that you bring up the point in reference to activity. The same thing goes for Terence Crawford, because after, or at least before his fight in August against Madrimal, his previous fight was in July. We're coming up to 1 year, at least, here for Jermell Charlo. So let's say, for example, if he had something set for November, then he would have had the same level of inactivity that Terence Crawford would have had. So they'd pretty much be on the same boat on that front. So as far as activity, that really wouldn't be the case here for Jermell Charlo, because it would be the same as with Terence Crawford. And I just also discussed a conversation here with Greg and 2 Cents, and I forgot who else was on it. When we were talking about a potential fight between Crawford and Canelo, the dimensions for Canelo was going to give Crawford problems, and I feel like the same is going to happen here with Jermell Charlo, because with Terence Crawford, a lot of the times with his opponents is he has this, when it comes to his height and his reach, he had that advantage against many of his fighters, like how Floyd Mayweather had in the 140 and 147 pound divisions. At 154, he doesn't necessarily have that. Against the Canelo Alvarez, he wouldn't necessarily have that. So once that is taken away from him, and he's a counterpuncher by nature, then what is he going to do? Because he would have to have instances where he's out of his element, and he would be out of his element in a case here against Jermell Charlo. How will he be able to deal with that?
All right, I want to go to 2 Cent real quick.
Tag him up same way he fought Jose Benavidez.
But y'all swear, man, we gonna come back to you. We gonna come back to you.
One that was recovering from being shot in the leg. Height and reach advantages, right? So
the Jose Benavidez that was recovering from
Charlo's way better than Jose, but Charlo's way better than Jose. We're just talking about long arms.
Oh my God, my goodness!
That's it. That's the only comparison you can make from there.
All right.
Bad leg. We're not going to say he's Charlo. We're just talking about reach.
Yeah. Hold on. So let's go to 2 Cent, and then we're gonna jump over to we got COE Films in the building. So I want to give him the opportunity to talk as well. So let's go to 2 Cent. What are your thoughts on the reason why you believe that Jermell Charlo will beat Terence Crawford in the fight?
I think Charlo's stronger. He's bigger, and just like Boxing Source just mentioned, his dimensions will be different. And I don't see, and his power, I don't think Crawford would have enough power to just keep Charlo off of him like that. Because you gotta remember, Crawford is coming up, so he didn't look like he was giving Madrimal too many issues with his power in that fight to me. So I'm just wondering how his power is carried up to 54. And Charlo moves a lot, so he's very good with his feet. He got a good jab, so I think Crawford will have a very hard time beating Charlo. I don't see it happening, and I think Charlo's power would definitely be a problem for Crawford.
All right, so let me just jump in here and say this real quick. I'm gonna get my.
Let me say this, and I'm about to bounce. I gotta bounce.
Yeah, go ahead.
But listen, man, you saying he had trouble with Madrimal and all this and that. Well, we saw Madrimal hanging on for dear life in 11-12, right?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Caving into them body shots. We saw that.
No, I didn't see that. No, I didn't.
Am I the only one that saw it?
Yes, you're the only one. Yes, you're the only one.
Nah,
the point of the matter is, man,
he's not the only one.
Y'all delusion.
He's not the only one.
Blaze, pound for pound. You're a Terence Crawford fan.
Yeah, he's not the only one.
Get up off the
yeah,
it was good work.
He gonna come back down and wait, and he gonna beat Terence Crawford. That's what y'all think. I'm gonna let y'all think it, man. I want to see it now.
I want to see it too.
I've been wanting to see it. I've been wanting to see Bud fight Charlo since he knocked out Spence and jumped in the ring outside the ring or on the rope and grabbed his crotch at him. Like, we've been wanting that smoke. I thought that was gonna be the next one. So they need
Crawford wasn't. It wasn't like Crawford was gonna fight him at his peak. He had to wait to get.
Okay.
He had to wait.
All right.
He was stuck in that rematch. He was in that rematch. He was stuck in that rematch clause.
Yeah, that's fine.
He would be rewriting history.
No. Nobody's rewriting him. Nobody's rewriting him. Nobody's even saying that.
So he was under contractual obligation. That's what 2 Cent just said.
Yeah. Let's.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know that's not what she's saying.
He waited Charlo out. He didn't wait Charlo out.
Okay.
He couldn't fight him next because he was in the Spence rematch. So let's not even make a narrative like that'll be different. Like he's like there's always an excuse for dealing with people with Bud. Every opponent or potential opponent there's an excuse for him. No, there is. That he wanted to wait till he was older or wait him out.
No, I didn't.
I'm not mistaken. Oh, what you say?
What I said.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, man. Terence Crawford fans always jump in here, man, and just rewrite what people are saying and all this other stuff. I see people there in the comment section talking about, Mel was shook. He was shook. He started stuttering. Come on, man. Like you really know what somebody's feeling inside.
That's what it showed behind the scenes when they did.
Man, how many times have we seen someone look like they're jittery and then they go in there and knock somebody out? Man, you can't read what somebody's really thinking, man. That's just okay. Let's go to CO.
What Charlo said when it happened.
Listen. He'll whoop Terence Crawford's ass.
He was
now let's go.
When they got him on film, stuttering.
Yeah, that's fine. He'll still knock him out. Let's go back to COE Films. What's going on, COE Films? Hey, you on mute. Man, I still can't hear you.
Yeah, can't hear you. Nah.
Yeah, I can't hear you, fam. Nah. You might have to go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. Yeah. Now, let me say something real quick, man, because you guys are No, Charlo isn't my last hope. See, Big Hearn, I'm tired of you, Big Hearn. You come up in here, man, you talking craziness all the time. I just believe that Jamel. Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, he told me to check my settings. Okay, you can hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, man, listen, I've been waiting to speak on this situation. This is why I say that Jermell Charlo would get washed by Terence Bud Crawford.
Oh shit!
And I'm only
stop it, not washed.
Listen, he'll get knocked out.
Oh my God! How the fuck he gonna knock out Jermell Charlo and couldn't knock out damn Marjamal? What?
Because Marjamal. Listen what I'm. Check it out. Let me give it to you. If not knock him out, he gonna beat him. His Spence. Okay. For one, let's check it out. Hear me out. So it wasn't it rumored or wasn't it a fact that Terence Crawford was giving Jermell Charlo work and sparring? What was that?
No, they never sparred. I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard that day in my life.
Heard that? Well,
nope.
Okay. Well, so okay. That's one. Number two. This is why I say Terence Crawford would beat him. The IQ, man. The IQ. I watched Jermell Charlo fight, and the problem Jermell Charlo do is he have a problem with feints. He have a problem with counters. If you're a good counter fighter, you will be able to beat Charlo. Just look at Harrison in the Harrison fight, and the reason why Harrison was beat him the first time it was because of his countering ability. Now, wouldn't you say that Terence Crawford is a more superior counter boxer than Harrison? Yes or no?
Some people believe Harrison didn't win that first fight.
I'm just saying yes or no. So listen. So with that being said, Jermell Charlo, he will have problems with a superior counter fighter that not only is a superior counter fighter but has exceptional footwork and IQ is damn near 300. So when we're looking at all these attributes, Jermell Charlo, he only have one thing, and that's why Canelo made him look so bad, because Canelo took what he does best, and that's that jab. He took that jab away from him.
I need to comment. I need to comment on what you're saying, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg, because I got something as well.
Yeah, mine's gonna be quick. Number one, I'm gonna speak for all people with very high IQs. I'm insulted in what you said, talking about Terence Crawford has an IQ of 300. I'm insulted. Okay, are you talking about boxing IQ?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to put that out there that I had a high IQ. Now, let's go to what you just talked about. Yeah, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. So let's talk about you literally just made a comparison of Tony Harrison and think because Tony Harrison did something by default Terence Crawford can. Just like so many fans make this comparison of Terence Crawford to Floyd Mayweather. Because Mayweather was able to do it, by default Terence Crawford can. That is simply not true. Tony Harrison is, Tony Harrison is 6'1".
Yeah, 6'1".
Terence Crawford is 5'8". Terence Crawford reach. Hold on, let me finish. I'll let you talk. Terence Crawford's reach is 74. Tony Harrison reach is 77. They're not the same. What Tony Harrison can do from distance, Terence Crawford cannot. And that's the reason why your comparison makes no sense. I'm passing it to the boxing source now.
About countering the ability. About countering.
Man, it's easy to counter. Hold on, let me real quick. It's easy to counter when you got long arms. You just take a step back, allow somebody to hold up, let me finish. Overextend, and then you can counter. You can't just lean back with somebody like Jamel because he's still gonna be able to hit you because he got long arms too. Go ahead.
Yeah, he got long arms, but the countering is not about just having long arms. Countering is about
it's about 10. But that's how Terence Crawford counters. I agree. But that's how Terence Crawford sets his counters up.
But it's being able to predict what your fighter's gonna do.
That's fine. That's fine. That's all. No. That's fine what you're saying. But the way that Terence Crawford sets up his counters is by being able to take a little step back because he got longer arms and being able to counter. That's what Terence Crawford does. And he also is able to touch you from a range that typically you can't touch him. So that is a part of Terence Crawford's strength. Now I want to go to the boxing source. We got to give him a chance to speak on this.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that particular point that you made, Greg, is what Terence Crawford usually does, and Shakur Stevenson has that similar style. He steps forward and back as far as like being in and out of range against his opponent, so he does that. But to COE's point, you still have that chance of Terence Crawford stopping Jermell Charlo, because the thing with Jermell Charlo is he doesn't have necessarily the movement of a Madrimov, because Madrimov will go in, he moved in, he moved out, he set up foot feints against Terence Crawford that had Terence Crawford thinking a little bit more than he really should have. Jermell Charlo, you don't really get that from Jermell Charlo, so that opens up the possibility of Terence Crawford landing counters and being able to, stun Jermell Charlo. But the thing with Jermell Charlo is that he's going to have the power, as you stated there, Greg, to really buzz Terence Crawford at this particular point in 154 pounds. So that's why I pretty much have Jermell over Terence Crawford at this particular point, because when it comes to exchanges, I feel like Jermell Charlo is going to be able to have more behind it than Terence Crawford. And the thing is, it's not like, Terence Crawford's defense. We've always said that it's not like a Floyd Mayweather defense or anything like that. But there's times when you could, catch him. You've seen it in multiple instances. You've seen it in his last fight. You've seen it, against who is it? Way back while he was at 140 and stuff like that. So there's multiple chances that you have openings there against Terence Crawford. It's just that for me, it's pretty close to a 50-50 fight between those two because of the attributes that both of them have.
Too many people have allowed this performance from Terence Crawford to cloud their judgment. They think that because he was able to do that against Errol, he does that against everybody, and that's not true. But
and they've let the Charlo performance against Canelo do the same.
Yep, I agree because they're looking at that and they're thinking, oh, he's not that good. But that was moving up 2 weight classes against somebody that was big and strong. Terence Crawford is not the same fighter and won't have the same pop. I hear what you're saying, Boxing Source, but Mel does have movement. Mel actually thinks a lot more than Errol Spence does, and that alone will put Terence Crawford out of position and make it not as easy to counterpunch. So, and I'm not sure he can actually hurt Mel to the point where he knocks Mel out. So, You know, all
I
these.
was saying, I don't think he got the
my thing
power.
would be like a TKO type of thing, but as far as like hurting him to where he's where Charlo seriously stunned, I'm like really struggling
got
to
a
kind of like
chin.
see that.
Yeah, Charlo got a
Yeah,
chin.
that's the thing. Yeah.
How many times have we seen Charlo hurt?
Can you hear me?
Not very many.
Not really that many times.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I have this right here analogy, man, and some people say it's far fetched, but this is how I kind of, y'all tell me what you think about it. So I got to looking at the overall progression of how it went from Errol Spence and how everything went. So this is what I think. I think Al Heyman is playing chess with the Charlo and Crawford in situation. This is why, because we all knew that Bud was coming to 54, and Bud was going to have a chance to become undisputed at 154 in one fight, right? So there's no way that Al would allow that one fight for Bud to gather all those belts. So what he did was Jamal was supposed to fight Charlo at first, but he had something wrong with his mental. So the other brother stepped in, which was Jamel. Nobody wasn't calling for that fight, so what he did was he moved Jamel up in that place, knowing that once he take that fight, them belts was going to be dispersed. So he moved the belts around to make it harder for Bud to become undisputed at 154. So now with the Fundora, Tim Tszyu situation, we all seen that nobody wanted to fight Bud. So now, you know, Bud playing a little chess himself with the WBO and being able to do that. So my question to y'all, what y'all do that seem about right?
Bud, I think Bud and Fundora are gonna fight.
No.
Let me make one comment.
That
Let me make one comment, and then y'all can jump in. I just want to make one comment on this one little sliver that he said. If you guys believe Al Heyman is sitting around masterminding about trying to keep titles away from singular fighters, you guys are on cocaine. Al Heyman has way bigger fish to fry than that. Al Heyman is thinking big pictures. He's working with networks. He's thinking about the overall strategic plan for PBC. He's not thinking about freaking keeping the title from Terence Crawford. Okay, the rest of y'all can talk now.
The thing that Blaze, you're muted. We can't hear you. Nah, Blaze, we can't hear you. It's not coming through. Yeah, he said he's going out and coming back in.
So with that being said, so this is what I had with what you're saying, Greg. So when you said Al Heyman, his whole entire forecast is to see the PBC, is to oversee that, to push the PBC forward. So don't you know, if Bud would have came and got the undisputed belts at 154 in one fight, who has control of the belts at 154 at that time? And who has control of the belts at 147? Bud would have had control at 147 and 154. So PBC would have been dead because Earl had the three belts at 147. And then
but why would Charlo want to do that? That's my only question. It's like Charlo was undisputed at 154. He went up and fought Canelo at 168. And when he stepped in the ring, he lost one of his belts on some sanction and technicality. Hold on real quick. Let me finish my thought. And so then he loses to Canelo. Why doesn't Charlo fight to want to keep his undisputed? Like when you're talking about Al Heyman busting it up, tell me he busted up Charlo? That was Charlo's decisions based on how he relinquishes the belts that he has to be the gatekeeper to undisputed. So that's why I'm looking at, I don't see an Al Heyman Charlo connection. Jamel Carl, like they're working in interest, or he's working in, like he's using him to split up belts for Bud.
Al Heyman does not sit around thinking about individual fighters in that manner.
Watch this. So my question to you, my guy.
Individual fighters like that.
My guy down there. Okay, so if that's the case, tell me what company has control of the belts at 154 now?
I don't know. Who got the companies? Who companies on them?
Nobody really.
PBC?
Nobody really.
PBC?
Yeah.
And how so?
No.
Who?
How does PBC have control over it?
It's split up. So here's the thing. Yeah, but here's the thing. You gotta at one point you did have Jermell Charlo as an undisputed champion. Now, before he fought Canelo, remember the situation was Canelo was supposed to fight Jamal. With Jamal out of the picture, Canelo made the call to Jermell Charlo because he was thinking that he could fight Jermell and then fight Jamal in his next fight, right? So that's why they had that deal. Now, in Jermell's case, he was looking to fight Tim Tszyu because Tim Tszyu was the WBO mandatory. As well, Blaze pretty much brought it up that before that fight happened between Jermell and Canelo, the WBO stripped Jermell of that WBO title. That's how Tim Tszyu became the champion, right? So you had that going on, and Tim Tszyu is, part of PBC, fighting under, what is it, No Limit Promotions or No Limit Records or whatever it is in Australia. but the whole point is that if Jermell Charlo had still been the undisputed champion at 154, then maybe you would have like some type of a case in that. But with him, fighting Canelo and losing, and the belts being, split up like they were split up, you don't necessarily have that. Now, we got to see what happens here. What is it, in October? Because you got Tim Tszyu fighting for the IBF belt, and if Tim Tszyu wins, then maybe you have a case here right now because you're going to have Sebastian Fundora with the two belts, WBC, WBO, and if Tim Tszyu wins, he'll have the IBF. So then, Crawford would still have to, in your case, deal with PBC fighters, but that remains to be seen at this particular point. You got to see
Cole, aren't you saying that it's PBC fighters that got the belts at 154? That's basically what you're saying. I hear you.
So,
that's.
And that's another reason why I said that, because how could Errol Spence come up to 154 and automatically have a shot at the title? So he was moving Errol Spence in position to fight Fundora just because PBC will still have control of the belts. That's why Errol Spence was being moved in position. Now, to my guy, and this is another thing, which belt was relinquished after he fought Jamel? I mean, after he fought Canelo. Wasn't it the WBO belt that was stripped? So we all know with the WBO, Crawford, I think the WBO, quote me if I'm wrong, Greg, if the WBO, the super champion can automatically move up and be in position. Be in position.
Yeah.
So that's why he relinquished the WBO. Now, see, I'm kind of looking at the play. So now check this out. My final thing, and I'll let you get on it. So the WBO belt was the one that was being stripped. Okay. Tim Tszyu could have been fought Charlo. He been this mandatory before he even fought Canelo. We already knew that. Now, to piggyback off that, Jermell Charlo is a champion in recess, right? Isn't he champion in recess right now? So that means
WBC.
WBC and WBA.
So he
relinquished. I think he.
So he the ace in the hole. Now watch what. Whenever it becomes a chance for Crawford to try to get that WBC belt, watch what I tell you is going to happen. Jermell Charlo is going to come out of recess and try to get in there before Crawford can fight that belt. Watch what I tell you. And
that's good. I like that.
Hey, you done pretty much said what I was saying the past couple of weeks when it comes to Jermell Charlo in reference to that 154, as far as like him being the champion in recess. But I said that in reference to the WBC because you talked about the thing with the WBO. And of course, Sebastian Fundora currently holds the WBO title, right? So when I saw the thing there, and I spoke with Samson Lukowitz, who promotes Sebastian Fundora, and he said that hey, they've been trying to make the fight with Terence Crawford, which I kind of doubt that it's going to happen. But I did say
I hear it's happening in December.
Well, we'll see. I'll have to follow with Lukowitz on that, but I have to see how the whole thing works out with Jermell Charlo, if he is planning on returning at 154 pounds this year. Because, if he does, then he has the first dibs on the WBC belt, which Fundora does have. Now, the other thing with the WBO though was that the last year it was Tim Tszyu that was the mandatory there for the WBO, and they tried to make that fight with Charlo in January, and it didn't happen in January. Then they were working it out to have it later on in the year, and that's when the whole Canelo thing came through for Jermell to fight Canelo, and with that happening, that's why the WBO stripped Jermell Charlo. But
that's why
it's still it's still an interesting situation that's gonna still play itself out. I got to follow up with Samson Lukowitz on the whole thing with Fundora and Crawford, because I spoke with them a couple of weeks ago in reference to that whole situation. So I'll see if there's like any update on that, if they do something before the purse bid date happens.
It's interesting to see, because I see the forest through the trees, man, and I just see it's a lot of chess moves that's being made, especially when it was time for Tim Tszyu to either fight Bud, and even with that, because wasn't Tim Tszyu supposed to fight Bud, but he decided not to, and he wanted to fight Thurman, and Thurman got hurt, and then Fundora stepped in for that, so Fundora messed up the party, but now that everything is kind of panning out, the PBC is still going to be in position to have those belts. They're still going to be in position to control the narrative, so to speak, unless, where I think Jermell, like I said, Jermell Charlo is the ace in the hole. He's going to keep Jermell Charlo in recess. He let Jermell Charlo get that big bag from Canelo so he can be satisfied and won't be bothering him about trying to make a fight, and once it's time for that WBC belt to come on the line, mark my words, Jermell Charlo gonna come out of recess and kill the party. Watch.
Hey, let me ask you a question, man. I just got one question for you, because I need to understand. Hey, man, why y'all hate PBC so much?
It ain't. I don't hate PBC. It's just the fact that I don't like why. Because I've been buying fights for years, man, and I just spent a lot of money, and I've been calling for certain fights, and it's like, damn, I'm not getting that fight. I'm not getting this fight. Then I start looking at it. I'm like, why are he not making these fights happen? Like, why it take Bud and 5 years to get that fight? Why it take so long? I started looking at it. I'm like, okay, why did he wait until Spence had 3 belts? Well, I see the reason why. Everybody see the reason why he waited, and according to Bud and Spence, Al didn't even want to make the fight then. So Spence had to do some things to make that fight happen, So I think it wouldn't even happen if it was up to Al. You know what I mean? But that's why I say the PBC is kind of like they just used to give
the PBC not the only people that do that though.
Facts.
But I know they're not the only ones that do it. But PBC been in control of the most bigger fights here over the past decade, so to speak. And if you look at the fights that we've been getting, they'll give us a big fight here and there. But some of these fights we've been calling for, they 5-6 years on down the line. That's why Tank and Shakur fight is not happening right now, in my opinion. Because there are some things along with the PBC that No.
I got to pause you right there. I'm telling
not
you.
With Shakur.
Yeah, I'm telling you. People around Gervonta Davis, I'm not going to say who. I'm just saying, just in general, just based off of conversations I had, they would rather that fight now than later. So all this, take the reason why they won't. No, not true.
Is he waiting him out, Greg? Is he waiting him out?
I don't know.
With Tank too. Now remember,
Yes.
The thing with
Why
Tank was they had Tank when they were building Tank up. There was a certain person that was associated with Tank Davis that wouldn't allow Tank to have the fights that some people were requesting for. You know, let me tell you something, COE. You know, my thing is this. You know, I love Tank. You know, listen, I love Tank. He's a hell of a fighter. But you know, listen. No. Listen. You see, Tank is a hell of a fighter. You know, he got skills. He got a lot of skills. But you know, I got a plan for him. And you know, I got these fights lined up, and I'm gonna have Tank, you know, handle these fights. And after that, then we could do what we do. And then see, after that particular point, Tank's direct team kind of got, you know, really tipped off with what Floyd was doing. So that is why you pretty much don't see Floyd really associated with Tank Davis anymore. But you still have Leonard Ellaby associated with Tank Davis right now. So now Tank is looking for those fights with the Lomachenko, with the Shakur Stevenson, with, you know, anybody else that, you know, that had been mentioned with Tank Davis, because it's like, hey, it said the dog's out the cage. Now you see what happened here with Lomachenko. You see what happened here with Shakur Stevenson. Now folks are seeing what's going on with Tank Davis, and when he says that he wants to go ahead and fight these guys, that, oh, they might have something else going on. Pretty interesting.
So
yeah, real quick before you jump back in there, real quick, Big Hearn hit me with the $4.99. I love the energy. Crawford versus Charlo would be cool. I just want to give him some shots out and love. Go ahead, man.
So I hear. Hold up, let me hit him.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
I don't hear him. Yeah, I can't. I don't hear anything. If you were trying to talk,
I hear him.
If I don't hear him, then more than likely the people in the comment section don't hear him.
Is that you speaking NHA? All right, NHA. Yeah, keep going. I got you. I hear you.
Greg, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. 2 Cent. I can hear the boxing source. I don't hear anybody else.
You don't hear NHA?
I don't even see NHA in here.
You hear me?
Say that again. COE, say something.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, COE. I see Blaze for pound for pound.
Everybody.
I don't even see NHA2.
Shoot, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, he was just cooking on here, and
NHA2.
NHA2, go out and come back in. Let me see if I can hear you after that. If not, I may have to refresh on my end.
I don't hear you either, NHA.
Oh, it's saying 2.
You just go out and come back in.
I hear you.
I hear him.
Yeah, go out and come back in.
Well, why he go out and come back? Why he go out and come back in? Let me say this. So, you know, I was looking at the Javante and the Shakur situation closely. So, I was noticing that the energy and all that has changed, and then so I just said, let me just start looking around, see what's been said. I heard that he had reached out to Shakur, right? And Shakur has said, yeah, he'll fight. And then I didn't hear anything else. Well, hold up. I haven't heard Javante say anything. Did Javante say anything about a contract? Have anything been posted? There's nothing been posted. So I said to myself, well, let me look a little farther. I look a little farther. I don't see to where Shakur said anything about a contract. So that let me know that there haven't been a contract even sent. So I don't think there's ducking in between there on Shakur end, and nor I think that Tank is ducking. I think that the powers to be is not. So that's why it made me say that like Al is still in the mix, man, because ultimately it's up to Al to put the money up and up to Al to kind of put the go ahead on these fights, unless you put some pressure on, because we know Tank is the A side, and if the A side said he want to fight this person, you better be damn sure that it's gonna happen, unless he's saying he don't want to fight. So I'm just thinking, man, it's somewhere along in there. Al is not ready for the fight, and that's the reason why it ain't happening.
Well, maybe Shakur not ready for the fight.
But we are. But I just told you that I saw on the interview they asked Shakur he contacted him. He said that he contacted him, asked him about the fight. He said he's ready to fight. He said, but he never received a contract.
But he's not ready to fight though, because he signed with Eddie Hearn and got 2 fights coming up.
And he was already signed up to fight a fight.
No. That was a month, guys. That was a month before. I mean, if you look at the timeline, after Lomachenko, there was a whole month in between the Shakur situation. Like, it was a whole month in between. So it don't take a month to make a fight, to say, you can call me and say, hey, you want to fight? Okay, send the contract. You send the contract with some numbers. Let me look at it. If the contract is valid and everybody is on par, bam, let's make the fight. But a contract never was sent. It don't take a month to get a fight done. Come on now.
It takes, you're right. It doesn't take a month. It takes a lot longer. Like, what?
It really don't. If you look at it.
It really does.
So you mean tell me Fundora? You mean tell me the Fundora and Tim Tszyu fight took a month?
Well, Fundora and Tim Tszyu are on the same promotional entity, bro.
No, you said it take long. You said it take a month to make a fight.
But you're comparing. I'm talking about fights that you're comparing a fight that's outside of a promotional entity.
And you're comparing somebody that was dealing with somebody who was consulting and looking for fights for them, that was instructed not to talk to Gervonta Tank Davis.
Oh my God! Look who's in the building. Oh, he left. I ran him up out of there again. Jerry Soriano.
Oh no, I saw him too. I saw him.
Jerry, get on back in here, Jerry.
Jerry is afraid of me. I bust Jerry's ass. I bust his ass.
I love Jerry.
I don't know why you love Jerry. I bust Jerry ass, and that's why y'all ain't been seeing him around here lately. I bust his motherfucking ass.
Jerry,
get back
in here, man.
Back in here.
I don't believe that.
Because this is my thing, man. I'm all about.
I bust your ass, Jerry. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah. So listen, man. I think Tank, and the powers to be is agreeing not to make this fight, man, because I'm like, damn, Tank, you the A side, man. You the face of boxing. If you say you want to fight, they're gonna make the fight. But nobody is getting out. Nobody on his team, not him. Nobody is coming out and saying, "Well, Shakur, where we get Shakur contract, he declined." Nobody is saying that.
But how do you know Shakur wants the fight?
That's
what I'm trying to ask you.
Cap.
How we know? I mean, they said
he put his own self in a position not to get the fight. So that doesn't make me look like you want the fight. I'm not saying you don't want it at all, but you definitely don't want it right now.
Right. Now, well, I'll say something on it though. But NHA, because you had that question reference to Tank. We're just gonna see if he back on. Is he back on, Greg?
Yeah, NHA.
Yeah, I'm back on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was saying the same energy towards Floyd is not the same as y'all have for Calvin Ford. He advocates the same as Floyd, right?
Hold up. Calvin Ford. I'm sorry.
that?
Say that again.
Somebody got a mute. I can't. It's music or something.
Yeah, it's
and they say you
some
going
stuff
in
the
and out.
back.
Can they take your background?
My fault.
Yeah. It was a bunch of background. I think NHA is at an amusement park.
Oh, somewhere. Okay. Now I was gonna talk in reference to the Tank joint in Shakur because I was at Shakur's fight against who was he fighting there in Newark. So he had that fight there. That was the last fight under Top Rank. And he ended up releasing him. And so he was pretty much like a free agent for about a month or so, whatever it is. So he was entertaining, offers from Top Rank who wouldn't renew at his upgraded guarantee. He was looking at, Golden Boy also, and he was looking at Matchroom. That's why you seen, Shakur Stevenson in attendance in Philadelphia for that Boots fight. That was like what, weeks after, right? So while that was going on, they entertained the whole thing with Tank Davis. But at the time, Tank Davis was over in Paris for the Olympics to, support the USA boxing team. So that whole thing was going on. And remember, like Tank Davis had specifically, before he went out there, he was specifically aiming for that Lomachenko fight. Because that was like the one where they said, hey, okay, Lomachenko, this is one that they've been talking about for a while. They said, oh, I was ducking this dude and doing all this and that. So he said, okay, now I want that Lomachenko fight. That didn't necessarily work out. So while he was out there in Paris, that's when the whole thing with Shakur Stevenson came up. But what happened is that someone had initially, it was IFL TV, because I've talked about it multiple times. IFL TV had released out a statement saying that there was a deal made between Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Who was the first person to deny that was happening? Shakur Stevenson. He said it was cap. Soon after, a article was released on Boxing Scene talking about Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda and them trying to work out a deal because Zepeda was his mandatory. But that didn't necessarily happen. So now, weeks after what goes down, Shakur signs with Matchroom Boxing, and they already had a fight locked in with Shakur Stevenson and Matchroom Boxing against a guy that was coming up from 130 pounds that got knocked out. So the thing with Tank Davis was, one, his preference was Lomachenko because he wanted to take out Lomachenko first and then Shakur Stevenson. So with him not getting that deal with Lomachenko, that's why he was able to go out to Paris and do what he had to do there with USA Boxing. And while he was doing that, like, he couldn't really go into negotiations. What prevented Shakur Stevenson from not holding out and saying, hey, wait, this potential fight could be on the table. If I lock down with Matchroom, I might not have that fight right now. So he could have waited it out.
But they try to
what
make
if you
it
waited
seem
it out
like,
and he ended up fighting
no,
Ryan?
hold on, NHA, because you about to make my point. They try to make it seem like he would have had to wait months or something like that. Like, it would have, him trying to wait to get the deal would have put him at some type of disadvantage. And it just looks like you rushed to try to get a deal so that you would not be put in that situation.
Well,
Because why wouldn't you go somewhere where the fight wouldn't be easier to get made when it comes up?
Why would you
Like,
want
what
to
did
lock
PBC offer him? Did they offer him a 3-fight deal? Did they offer him a 2-fight deal? Did the PBC as a promotion company offer Shakur anything?
Did he talk to them?
I don't know.
Yeah, we
I
don't
don't
know.
either.
That's an interesting question.
and that's the problem.
Hey, in my opinion, I think Tank and Shakur are working together to let that fight marinate. And I think, like I said before, I think it's based on Shakur has to build some good tape.
They're not working
so they
together.
Can maximize, so they can maximize the money.
They're not working together.
You said they ain't working together. I'm saying I think they're working together. Like I said, Tank got a 6-fight, $240 million contract. He got to make a big fight. Like, if he fights Shakur, got to be big.
I'm telling you,
they got to be bigger than what it's going to be right now.
I'm telling you, people around Gervonta Davis want that fight sooner rather than later, and They're not working together.
And I'm telling you, the PBC and Javante want in-house fights, or they want fighters assigned to the PBC because
And I'm telling you
that's
that's
going to be
wrong.
the best thing for the PBC's bottom line. Get all these fights
I'm telling you that's wrong.
That is what all promotional companies want. NHA too. You saying that like it's something specific?
Yeah, but I'm telling you that's not factual. I'm telling you that's not an issue with making a Shakur Stevenson fight. I'm telling you on PBC side, they would be willing to make that fight sooner rather than later. That's what I'm telling you.
So why didn't they offer anything to him?
What?
How you know that?
How do they? Why haven't they? Why we ever heard anything? Why have we heard anything about them offering Shakur anything?
Because you don't. Because you don't hear about every. Because you don't, boxing source, and back me up on this one because I'm sure you know about this. You don't hear about every single thing that happens in boxing. You guys think that everything surfaces to as a report. It doesn't. So all I'm saying is that on that side, just based on conversations that I've had, they would rather have that sooner rather than later.
But yeah, they ain't made no efforts to make it happen.
How you know that? How you know that?
It's sooner now. That fight done.
But hold on. Somebody just said they ain't made no offer to make. How do you know that? How do you know that that PBC wasn't interested in Shakur Stevenson and actually made an attempt to sign Shakur Stevenson to their promotional entity, and then try to make how do you know that?
As much as you do,
huh?
No, that's
not. I know just as much as you do.
That's not how that goes. No, that's not how that goes. I'm sorry, but we're okay. You're about to get into a slippery slope when it comes to that because Greg just mentioned that he talked with sources directly dealing with guys within PBC. So in order to refute that, you would have to cite sources, whether you want to make them public or not, that show or say something different.
And that's what I'm telling you.
But
exactly.
Our sources, our quote unquote sources, get fed. You know what I'm saying? What the promotional company wants them to repeat constantly. It's the same thing with Top Rank, with the Zone. I said sources are often fed information that certain promotional company wants out in the out in the air. It's not just the PBC does it. The Zone does it. Golden Boy's famous for doing it. Top Rank. I'm not saying you're compromised, Greg. You sound like you are.
Listen to what I'm saying, though. I'm telling you that they would rather do it now than later. I'm telling you, they would rather do it now than later. Yeah. And I'm asking you a question.
I don't see the actions behind those words.
Yeah, you don't see it, and that's why I followed up. That's why I followed up with how. Go ahead, Annette. Go ahead, Boxersaurus.
No, NHA, I kind of understand where you're getting at with what you're saying, but there are when we talk about sources in some cases, there are different levels to that.
Yep.
Right. So like say for example, okay, if I say something about a fighter, and I say a source says that this fighter is doing this, and this. That's completely different than if I said the promoter for the fighter said this, and this, because I'm giving you a direct source. That's one example. Or if I actually talk to the fighter himself, so there could be a third party in reference to something that's being said about a fighter or about a fight being made, or you deal with someone that is directly involved or has ties to whoever's directly involved. So Bingo. That's why I say that there's a thing when it has a level of sources when we come up with or where we bring up stories, because like I could get something from, say, I don't know, the fighter's cousin or whatever it is. And they could pretty much like say anything in reference to that fighter. Like, do I take that to the bank? I have to, show discernment with that, because it's like, if I release this or if I say something like this, then that could have short or long-term ramifications for me in the future when I deal with, certain corporations or companies. You know, that's why, like, at least for me in this particular instance, I'm able to work with or deal with every single promotional company here in the States because I try to make sure I have things as accurate as possible when it comes to swords.
And let me add something. Hold on. Let me add something because I think you brought up a great point there, right? So, like if it's a fighter's cousin, you know, I might say something like, you know, I might think, you know, this, that, or the third may happen. If I'm saying, yo, in general, when I talk to people, right, these are people that may not, I'm not saying I'm talking to the fighters because I'm not. Okay, let's make that clear. I'm not talking to the fighters. But let's say I may be talking to, let's say I'm going to use Eddie Hearn as an example. I may be talking to someone who, I don't know, like is a part of the fighters management team. I may be talking to someone who's a part of the fighters promotional company. I may be talking to someone who is a part of the boxers coaching team. It could be any of those things, right? And so when I make a comment that, you know, man, how do you know that PBC wasn't even interested in Shakur Stevenson? How do you know that they didn't have a conversation with Shakur Stevenson and that their strategy was, hey, we're going to try to get you over here if you are actually willing to make the appropriate, you know, if you're willing to come in for the appropriate price, and then we'll try to make this. You don't know if any of those, and I'm not saying that they are, right? But what I'm saying is that you don't know that. Well, I guess there's kind of a reason why I'm saying that. But at the end of the day, you don't know these things. And what you are relying on is what you've heard on social media or on a YouTube platform or what some other fans are saying. And I'm saying that that's not solely what I'm relying on or what the boxing source is relying on. Is that a fair statement, JR?
So that's pretty fair. And it's pretty fair. This COE fan. It's pretty fair. But my biggest thing is when I'm looking at the sources, I like to hear from the horse's mouth, and that's the only way I can kind of get a quality answer, because anybody can say, oh, my source said, my source this, my source that, and it may be this and it may be that. That ain't saying nothing to me unless I hear it from the horse's mouth. That's why I don't do a lot of he say. But check this out. When a question was asked to Shakur, he said that they reached out to him, but they haven't sent the contract. That's right after the horse's mouth. That's after his mouth. So now I'm looking for Tank. I'm not looking for Kenny Ellis. I'm not looking for Coach Calvin. I'm looking for Javante to say, hey,
that's great. So let me add something to this, and I want to throw this to you, JR. Because I haven't seen that from Shakur Stevenson, right? Well, first of all, JR, no, I haven't. But hold on real quick. JR, I want the statement that I made, JR, in regards to what we're relying on versus what people are generally relying on. I'm talking about, let's call them fight fans. Was that a fair statement, JR?
Yeah, that's a fair statement in that aspect.
Yeah. Okay.
I also feel what COE said in reference to direct sources. That's why I made the point, in the last thing where I work towards getting, in contact with the fighters or with the promoters or with managers. That's why, Greg has, of course, what's coming up here with Adrian Clark, because we know that these guys are directly involved with the fighters that are, tied to what's going on. We don't necessarily want to, try to reach out to somebody that might not have a direct line to a fighter or to a promoter or an advisor
would have information
or to something like that.
Yeah, would have information that's going on. Yeah.
Because in that particular sense, it's like, okay, we have this information, but how do we verify it? Because that's one of the things that, I try to do being a member of the media is if I have some information, depending on who I get it from, I want to be able to verify it. You see what I'm saying? But if I'm dealing with someone like a promoter directly or a fighter directly, then they're the ones that's going to tell me what's going on, and then it's up to like say for example, it's up to you, COE, or it's up to Greg or 2 Cents or NHA, how they're able to take that information. Because like I said before, if I speak with a Sam Salukowicz or if I speak with Dimitri Salita, they're going to give me the information that they have from the questions that I asked them. It's only up to y'all to take that information and say if that's going to be valid or not. Because Greg brings up, Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn is a promoter where a lot of people say like Eddie Hearn be, on some BS. And there's been some cases when he's been on some BS, and then there's some cases when he's not. So you got to be able to, take the information for what it is and then just work from that and then see what you get out of it.
Let me add to that because so full disclosure, I'm not a reporter, and I don't try to abide by like, you verifying it with two and three different sources. I'm a finance professional. So what I personally do is if I get information, I don't give it to you as facts. You know what I'm saying? I would tell you that based off conversations that I've had, they would want that. And I'm drawing it from what I'm hearing them say. Like, right? So I'm not coming back to you saying, hey, I got a source that told me that they sent Shakur Stevenson a contract and this for $2.5 million or it's for $8 million. Whatever. I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is that based on conversations that I'm having, and a lot of times these conversations that I'm having with these individuals, it is to provide me with the appropriate perspective. So I don't necessarily come back and report it as quote unquote news. I use it to help inform my perspective, right? So does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So now you mentioned that Shakur Stevenson said that someone got in contact with him, but no one sent him a contract. And I wanted to throw this to the boxing source. Maybe you picked up on this, maybe you didn't. What doesn't sound right about that? Someone got in contact with me, but no one sent a contract. That's what you just said, COE Films. What doesn't make sense about that, the boxing source?
So let me. He said that they reached out to him about wanting to fight. He said yes, but after that, haven't heard nothing else back. So that's coming out of his mouth. Now, if he's lying, then that's on him. So it's not coming out of here.
Can you send us the link so we can watch that? I would like to pull it up here so we can see that link, because that comment.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Honestly, I think.
Hold up, can I tell you why I seen it? It's okay to say it on your platform?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I seen it on a Key TV. He played the interview, and it's on the Key TV. It was on the Javante.
I think it might be on Fight Hub.
I think it's on 17. It's like 17 minutes or something like that. The video like 17 minutes. He just put it out. I think it was yesterday. But I watched it and I saw him say that, and I was like, oh, okay. So now I got a little bit more clarity. Like, okay. So he said that they reached out to him, but he never heard back from him. That's what I was looking for. So.
Sorry, I'm looking for this video that you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm looking for something on Gervonta and saying that, hey, we sent him a contract, but he declined. That's what I'm looking for. But if I can't find that, then I'm trying to figure out what's going on from there. I'm only left to believe that the ball is in Tank in them hands.
I'm on our Key TV's. I don't see anything on here where you see an interview.
He said it might be on Fight Hub.
I
think it might be on Fight Hub.
Okay, let me go to Fight Hub. The thing that doesn't sound right about Go ahead.
It could be that Shakur's probably talking about when he said they reached out to me. He could have just been saying that, Kenny Ellis, saying yeah, we want to fight next. Because when it was on live together, I believe it was on Mill City. So he could have just been saying that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if anything, him just to tell him that.
But I'm saying Shakur could have been saying that. You know what I'm saying? They reach out. I don't know. I'm just speaking in terms of like what he could have meant because we don't know.
Yeah, but when he said they haven't reached back out, I mean that's out of his mouth, y'all. It's not out of
right.
But where is it? Because it's not on Aki TV. It's not on Fight Hub. Where is it?
It's on Aki because I remember watching it on there.
I'm on Aki TV. Well, hold on, because I'm gonna share my screen. Because you got to show me where you seeing this. Because a lot of people come and they say, "Oh, someone said so and so."
Either way, I don't believe BBC actually ever reached out to them. I mean, I don't have the proof that they didn't, but trust me, if they actually did reach out to Shakur and Shakur turned down it, that would be the first thing that would be out on the Twitterverse, on social media.
Man,
Shakur ducked the fight. We ain't hearing that.
Okay, so
that leads
you believe
that they didn't reach out at all.
Yeah, your thought process is if it ain't on social media, then it doesn't exist. And I can tell you that's not factual. So I'm on here right now, guys. Show me what this video is.
Hold up. Let me see. Is that one? Hold up, I can't. Oh, right there in protected. Hold on, is that the one that protected the custody right there?
This is 9 minutes. You said it was at a 17-minute mark.
My bad. It was that one. It's that one right there. Yeah.
This one.
My bad. Yeah, that is that one.
Okay, I'm gonna click on it.
What had happened with the negotiations with Shakur?
So let's go through this. Let me see what Shakur is.
Go back because he there briefly. Go. They didn't show his face. They showed him. Let me see. They showed him talking.
This is Coach Kenny Ellis. So I don't know why he would be talking over this. This is.
Makes it even more shocking is that Javante.
So that's Aki TV talking. So let's keep going.
That is to step up to the.
Still Aki TV talking. So let's see if Coach Kenny Ellis.
In the history of.
Nope, still Aki TV talking. Let's see what this is.
Then guess what?
Still Aki TV talking. Maybe it's here.
Been any backlash.
Nope, still Aki TV talking. Maybe it's here.
Bang. Then what?
Nope, still Aki TV talking.
I think it was like a voiceover or something like where I heard him.
Well, yeah, he voicing
Javante
right now. And the only voice I hear is him.
It's on that.
Realistically,
I have to listen to it.
Okay, here goes Shakur right here.
There it is.
Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I had heard something. Somebody was saying. I heard they reached out, but we told them.
Right there. I had heard something. I had heard they reached out to me. Hold on. I'm gonna let it play. However, that right there is an indicator right there. I had heard. How the hell don't you know?
Man, you know he don't talk.
Come back with an offer, and as far as that, we ain't hit nothing since then.
From your point of view, it's a very.
Hold on,
I heard something. Somebody was saying. I heard they reached out, but we told them to come back with an offer, and as far as that, we ain't hit nothing since then.
From your point of view, it's a very makeable fight. This with Gervonta Davis for this year.
Yeah, it's a very makeable fight. I'm willing to fight. He's a hell of a fighter. He's probably willing to fight. So, like I said, I'm definitely down for it.
Got a lot to do with it, man.
Now, so they reached out and they said come with an offer.
but they didn't come with it. He said they haven't came with an offer.
And so, okay.
So they didn't come with an offer, Greg.
Okay. Like what can you really draw for this? That's my point. Like all he said was, well, I had heard they said something, and then we said come back with an offer, but you're not even definitive in terms of them actually coming and reaching out to you. That doesn't seem suspect. Hold on. I want to hear somebody else because you guys are tripping. Go ahead.
Maybe there was only so much you could divulge.
You heard it from.
You know how it be.
Well, okay. Hold on. So you don't believe that they're having conversations that don't even hit the public yet? You believe that he's going to social media, but there's only a little bit he can divulge, and that in your mind makes sense.
That could be the case.
Wow.
Wow. Thing I know, he said they haven't came with an offer. So if they haven't came with an offer, right, then that leads me to believe that, okay, how serious are you to make this fight? You got to send an offer in order to discuss some negotiation.
Jesus Christ.
If an offer has been sent, then negotiation started. So let's stop right there. Now,
hold on.
What I'm looking to hear from that is I'm looking to hear from Coach Kenny and them side said we sent them an offer. Or Javante to come out and say, we sent them an offer and we
negotiate. So Coach Kenny is not.
Coach Ben said he sent the offer.
Man, Coach Kenny, dog. Coach Kenny is not a part of the business, bro. Like that's number one. Number two, what Shakur is saying is shaky just from the fact that he's saying, well, I think what I heard they he's not even sure what is actually going on. So what is coming out of his man? A lot of times boxers are actually detached from the business. So that's why when you keep telling me, oh man, like
Tank not involved.
I didn't say Tank was involved. I'm talking about Shakur, dog.
So Shakur not involved.
We're talking about Shakur.
So Shakur not involved. I mean, come on. What you're saying?
Hold on.
What you're telling me, boxers. You said boxers is not always involved. So I'm asking you a simple question: do you not believe Tank is involved, or do you not believe Shakur is involved? Which one?
Man, dude, were you not on the call when I first talked about this? There are certain fighters that can send offers and that are thoroughly or could be thoroughly involved. Tank is one of them. Shakur is not. So listening to what Shakur. Okay. Go ahead, Boxing Source. I'm frustrated because you guys really don't understand anything about this, yet you're commenting. Go ahead, the Boxing Source.
No. The thing is, Tank Davis has more say in what goes down in his dealings than Shakur does in many aspects. Like we know about Shakur Stevenson's status there. You know, at least before when he was with Top Rank, he had multiple managers under. He had Antonio Leonard. He has Jake Prince. So he has like multiple mouths to feed when it comes to trying to make fights happen. That's why, you know, a lot of us bring up the topic of his guarantees and why they are so high because of how many people or how many hands are in the pot. Now, in reference to this with Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis, gotta put into perspective when that particular conversation happened. I didn't necessarily see the date on that with what Akai TV had posted and who Shakur Stevenson was directly talking to. But the thing about it is like you got to understand the overall circumstances and the timing of when stuff like that happens. So for Shakur Stevenson, it could be a case of where he's angling towards what he is trying to market towards when he has his next fight, because at least right now, not a lot of people are really, buying the fight of him going up into Saudi Arabia or whatnot on October 12th and fighting who he's fighting. So you gotta, there's instances where you gotta put up a narrative to say, hey, I tried to do this, I tried to do that, and they didn't really get back to me. So that could particularly be the case. But I'm saying here, I'll put it this way. When the topic of Ryan Garcia came up, when they were saying that he would potentially try to make that fight with Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia did what he had to do in order to make that fight happen. Even with, what could be the stipulations, this and that, or whatever it is, he did what he had to do in order to make that fight happen. For Shakur Stevenson, is he doing what needs to be done in order to make that fight happen? That's the thing you got to find out.
But hold up. But when it comes to Ryan Garcia, we actually know that there was communication between Golden Boy and PBC. For a fact, that was out there. That was put out there. So we can't compare the two. Yeah.
So that's what.
Before Ryan Garcia put his foot down and said, yeah, this is the fight I need. This is the fight I want. Fuck what you're saying, Oscar. We already knew that Oscar was in communication with the PBC because there was blame going back and forth. Oscar was saying, they reached out to me, but then I tried to reach back to them. I just got radio silence, so on and so forth. Right now, we're just going, as far when it comes to like the Shakur and Tank situation, we're just going by assumptions. I think they have to be reaching out.
No. You going by assumption. You going by assumptions.
Did Shakur say that? Did Shakur say that though? Shakur was talking about, I think, I was, some people have, talking this and that. Now, this is, like I said, this is in the midst of him being a free agent.
I think y'all are reaching now. Okay. I think what y'all trying to do is redirect. See,
no, we're not.
Y'all need to
there's no COE.
So hold up.
Hold on.
So hold up. Shakur said, now, this coming out the horse's mouth, y'all. Y'all can say think and all that, but he said that an offer hasn't been made. So stop right there. So now,
holy fuck.
You heard Coach Kenny, Coach Alvin, any of them said, offer has been sent. You don't hear none of them saying that, right? Yes,
bro, real quick.
Hey, COE, I'll put it to you this way. Hold on, COE. Hold on, COE. That question that you asked, right? Other people on this panel may answer that question. I'm not going to answer that question. And the reason why I say that I'm not going to answer that question is because I'm at the position where I can actually reach out to those people directly. Those that you mentioned and other people, right? So when you pose that particular question, I can't necessarily answer that because, one, when it comes to those two, there's a certain thing that, you kind of like have to separate from them and the fighter. And we brought up this point before. When it comes to the fighter, in particular people that work with the fighter that either are directly or not directly involved in their negotiations when it comes to fights. So when it comes to the trainers, I can't necessarily answer that. Maybe Greg can, but he also brought up the point in reference to his sources. And those sources, at least I have confidence of who it isn't. And I'll just put it at that particular instance because I know who those sources aren't.
So let me say this, and I gotta. Go ahead, Boxing Source, and then I'm gonna wrap up the show with my last statement.
No, that's it. That's it for me. Yeah,
okay,
that's it for me because I gotta get ready for my joint here later in the night.
Yeah. So the only thing I'm saying is that COE Films, anybody else that's currently on here, you guys are the mindset that what's real is what has been given to you, and I can tell you that there are many conversations that are had that you are not privy to. And I can also tell you that fighters, those same fighters that you're referencing, that you're talking about, I got it from the horse's mouth. A lot of times, those fighters have not been privy to those conversations, and that they're not fully aware of what has been presented to them and what has not been presented. Because I can tell you, if and I'm going to throw this out there because again, this is a part of what you guys are going to see this coming out week from Adrian Clark. If a promoter, the promoter are the ones that take the risk. If an offer is sent to a promoter or a manager or whoever, and the economics around that fight don't make sense for them, the fighter may not even hear about what the offer is. So you telling me that Shakur Stevenson said, "Oh, I heard they reached out. There's an offer." He probably doesn't even know.
You just heard it. I didn't say nothing.
You saying I just heard whatever. Shakur Stevenson making the comment that I
say that because I didn't say nothing. Say that.
Well, initially you said it, then we heard it. Isn't that not fact?
Okay. Well, say you heard. Well, say what you.
But did you not say it? Did you not say it?
I mean,
did you? No. Yes or no? Did you not say it?
Yeah, I said it.
Okay. So you're diverting. You're diverting from what I'm saying. Because whether you said it or we just heard it, it was both.
Now that you have heard.
Okay. Okay. You and Shakur. How about that?
Okay.
So at the end of the day, regardless, Shakur Stevenson may not even be fully aware of what the communications were. So for you to say, you saying that I heard it from the horse's mouth, well, the horse wasn't even a part of the direct conversation that was had.
Says who?
Says him.
What you mean says him?
Well, Greg.
Hold on.
Right.
What? No. Wait a second.
All right.
No. Wait a second. Wait a second. We just heard Shakur say, well, I think I heard. Nigga, if he was involved with it, he would say they reached out to us, but they did not present an offer. He said, I think, which means he wasn't involved. I mean, goddamn. Hey, man. Go ahead, whoever. We gotta wrap this show up.
Angry man right there.
Yeah. I mean, good God, man. Like.
So listen, I see your blood pressure.
See, you trying to drive me there, man.
I see your blood pressure going up, but listen, all I'm saying is this, man. I'm just a fan, brother. Okay.
I know.
So it's just like millions and millions of other fans. We look for sources and we look for stuff to hang our hat on.
I'm your source. I'm your source.
Because I heard it come from his mouth. So
the boxing source is your source.
Listen, I'm telling you as a fan. I'm not telling you as you. I'm not telling you as the boxing source that y'all have these extra connections and extra things that y'all can lean on. I'm talking about the average fan that's out here that's looking to figure out what's going on with these fights. And I'm pretty sure like millions of other fans, we are waiting to hear something back that's solid and concrete or a little bit more believable from the other side. And that's all I'm saying. If I don't hear that, I can listen to you and say, well, I got sources that's close to me. I can't say nothing who they are, and I can tell you there's something being said. I can listen to that, and I can listen to boxing sources and say, I got these connections but I gotta be on the medium so I can deal with all these sources. I can't be on this side of the fence or that side. I understand that. Y'all gotta keep y'all relationship strong. But as a fan that's looking for something to hang his hat on, I'm looking now that I heard from Shakur mouth, regardless of he said, I think I did. Regardless of any of that, this man said an offer haven't been sent. So
yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said. Doesn't mean it's right, but that's what he said. All right, man. COE, I appreciate you for calling in, man. It was a good debate. You did raise my blood pressure toward the end, but I think that was maybe by design. But it's all good. I want to give a shout out to Jerry Soriano, the guy that I've cooked to the point where he doesn't even come on this show anymore. Greg, the link is in the chat, confirmed by Jay Prince. I appreciate you for sending that. I beat you so bad that you ran off like a scolded dog. I just wanted you to understand that. All right, I appreciate COE Films for joining, the Boxing Source for joining, NHA2 for joining. I'm not sure who this other. Sorry. Who else joined today?
2 Cent.
Blaze and all those other folks. 2 Cent. Thank you all for joining today. This is the longest live stream I've ever done, 3 hours and 8 minutes. But yeah, content coming out tomorrow. Adrian Clark is going to break down the business of boxing so people like COE Films can stop coming on platforms like this and making ridiculous statements. All right. I got to mess with you, man. I got to mess with you. I appreciate everybody to join the show. We got fresh content coming out this week. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Salute.